Please join us on Citizen AY on YouTube also. Good evening to you all. Good evening and welcome to Citizen AY, the platform where we speak truth to power. I'll wait for a few minutes before we begin this broadcast. Why not just do something whilst I'm here? I want to bring something to your attention, and it's very important. I don't want to just talk anymore. This is not about talking anymore. Yeah, good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening. Good evening. We're back again. We may do a joint broadcast with everybody coming on later on. But right now, I want you to really pay attention to something that's very important here. But before we go ahead and do much more publicizing of it, and others may join me. Good evening, good evening. Welcome to Citizen AY, the platform where we speak truth to power. I want to just first of all just say I want to wait for a few minutes. We'll wait for others to join us. This evening, I'm actually going to sing the Yoruba National Anthem before I begin, and I'll just sing it straight away. The news, between 70 and 85 people, from what we understand, have been killed in the church. Now, there's a place called Ifon. Apparently, there's other killings there. We can't confirm that. There's also been 2 killings in Kwara. Now, there are things that's going on, but anyway, let's before we go ahead, may the souls of those who have been killed, may their souls rest in peace. Please, ẹjọ gbogbo ẹ̀yin tí ẹ wà ń bẹ kí a kí gbogbo ọmọ káàárọ̀ oòjíire. Tẹ́ bá ṣe ń wọlé bá a máa pé ètò yóò ṣe pàtàkì. Ó ṣeé ṣe káwọn kan darapọ̀ mọ́ mi, if not, tẹ̀síwájú. Àmọ́ ọ̀rọ̀ pàtàkì la gbé wá lálẹ́ láti sọ láti ṣe lálẹ́ lórí ètò. Ó dẹ̀ dùn wá pé àwọn èèyàn wa wọ́n kàn ń pa wá bí ẹni pa ẹran. Ẹ má jẹ́ ká dákẹ́ o. Ẹni tó bá dákẹ́ tí ẹ máa bá dákẹ́, ẹni tó bá dákẹ́ ẹni tí ẹ máa bá dákẹ́ o. Ẹ kalẹ̀ ẹ bá máa pé ètò yìí ṣe pàtàkì. Ó ṣeé ṣe kó yẹ pé ètò yìí a máa ṣe ní èdè Gẹ̀ẹ́sì pẹ̀lú Yorùbá a máa dà pọ̀ a máa kó papọ̀ torí ìròyìn pàtàkì kan wà tí mo fẹ́ ṣàlàyé fún wa. Ara àwọn ọ̀gbẹ́sẹ̀ tá a máa ṣe èmi rò pé ó yẹ ká máa ṣe ń sìn. Gbogbo àdúgbò wa ní kò gbọdọ̀ sí àdúgbò kan ṣe báyìí tí ò sí ètò ìdáàbòbò, kò gbọdọ̀ sí ibi kan tó yẹ pé àwọn kan dúró. Ó ti dé báyìí, ogun ti dé. Àwọn ìgbésẹ̀ tó yẹ ká gbé sìn ni ká wá máa sọ̀rọ̀ lórí ẹ̀. So please, right now we're going to do a mix of English and Yoruba. So I might flip in between the two, but I want to just first of all say we condole with the families of those killed and those injured. Some people have been taken to the hospital right now. They said over 100 people were attacked, 85 killed. Unconfirmed reports. But nonetheless, we are grateful. Please share this broadcast. Wọ́n ní pé àwọn èèyàn 100 ni wọ́n ṣe léṣe. Wọ́n fẹ́ tó 85 nínú wọn náà ti ṣaláìsí bá ṣe ń gbọ́. So ẹ jẹ́ ká ṣe máa wo bó ṣe ń lọ. Àmọ́ ẹ jẹ́ ká ṣètò láti dáàbò bo ara wa. Òun ni ọ̀rọ̀ tí mo fẹ́ mú wá lálẹ́. Mo dẹ̀ máa fi àwọn kankan hàn wá tá máa ṣàlàyé ẹ̀. Ó lè wá lédè Gẹ̀ẹ́sì tó bá ṣe mo lè padà mo á túmọ̀ sí èdè Yorùbá. Àmọ́ ẹ jẹ́ ká tẹ̀síwájú. Ẹ jẹ́ bá máa pé ètò bá ṣe ń wọlé ṣeun. Ẹ bá máa pé ètò bá ṣe ń wọlé. Ó ṣe pàtàkì gan-an ni. Ó ṣe pàtàkì. Ẹ bá máa pé ètò yìí. Now, ká tó tẹ̀síwájú, ẹ jẹ́ ká kọ́kọ́ kọ orin ìbílẹ̀. Àwọn bá dẹ̀ ṣe ń kọ orin ìbílẹ̀ yìí, à ń kọ láti fi ṣe ìrántí fún gbogbo àwọn tí wọ́n ti gba ẹ̀mí wọn lórí ọ̀rọ̀ torí ìyà tí wọ́n fi ń jẹ wá. Àwọn tí wọ́n fẹ́ gba ilẹ̀ mọ́ wa lọ́wọ́, wọ́n fi ìyà jẹ wá, wọ́n dẹ̀ fẹ́ gba ilẹ̀ yìí tipátipá. Wọ́n wọnú chọ́ọ̀chì wa, wò kò síbi tí a lè ní fọ̀kànbalẹ̀. Gbogbo wa à ń sùn pẹ̀lú ojú kan ni. Sọ̀rọ̀ mi yé yín, à ń sùn ojú kan ẹ lè sùn para sùn tara mọ́sìn. Ẹ jẹ́ ká sọ wọ́pọ̀ ẹ jọ̀ọ́. Ok, ẹ jẹ́ ká ṣe báyìí. A máa kọ orin ìbílẹ̀. We're going to sing the national anthem now for Yoruba Nation. Iṣẹ́ wa fúnlẹ̀ wa, fún orílẹ̀ ibi wa, ká gbéga fáyé rí. Ìgbàgbọ́ wa ni pé bá ti bẹ̀rù làbọ̀ mọ́, ká ṣiṣẹ́, ká ṣiṣẹ́, ká ṣiṣẹ́, ká jọlá. Ìṣọ̀kan àtòmìnira ni ẹ jẹ́ ká máa lépa. Tẹ̀síwájú fọ́pọ̀ ire àtòhun tó dára. Ọmọ Oòduà dìde, bọ́ sípò ẹ̀tọ́ rẹ. Ìwọ ni ìmọ́lẹ̀ ògo adúláwọ̀. Tó ẹ ṣeun. A rántí gbogbo àwọn tí wọ́n ti gba ẹ̀mí wọn, tí àwọn Fúlàní ti gba ẹ̀mí wọn bá ṣe ń sọ̀rọ̀ lọ́rọ̀ yìí. Kí Ọlọ́run kọ́lọ́run tẹ́ wọn sí afẹ́fẹ́ rere o. Àmì àṣẹ aláṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Wọn dẹ̀ ní àdẹ̀ ní gbàgbé wọn. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́ gbogbo ara nǹkan tá à ń sọ rè, a nílò afẹ́ gbogbo orúkọ àwọn ará bíi àwọn tí wọ́n pa yìí, àwọn èèyàn wa tán pa. Aláti ṣe ìrántí wọn. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́ gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́ bá mọ nǹkan bẹ́ẹ̀ aláti bẹ́ẹ̀ ni o. Azeez tọ̀ mí bẹ́ẹ̀ ni o, bẹ́ẹ̀ ni. So now lálẹ́ yìí mi ò fẹ́ fi ọ̀rọ̀ púpọ̀, mi ò fẹ́ kákan máa jíròrò pé kí la máa ṣe. Ìgbésẹ̀ tí àbátẹ̀mí ní tí mo fẹ́ ká ṣe, mo máa gbé kalẹ̀ lọ́wọ́ lẹ́sẹ̀kẹsẹ̀ báyìí. Mi ò fẹ́ ká fa ọ̀rọ̀ igun lọ títí. Mo máa gbé kinní ọ̀hún jáde, ẹ máa rí nsìn tó máa jáde nsìn ń bọ̀. Ẹ jẹ́ ń ṣe báyìí. So mo fẹ́ kí ó yé gbogbo wa.
And the truth. And let me make.
Mo fẹ́ kí ẹ ṣe báyìí náà. Mi tí ì fẹ́ kí kinní yẹn. Mi tí ì fẹ́. Mo fẹ́ fi ṣẹ́rí nsìn a ní àbá mẹ́wàá tá máa láti gbé yẹ̀wò tó máa jẹ́ kí ó máa tó jẹ́ pé nǹkan ta lè ṣe sọ̀rọ̀ mi yẹn lórí ọ̀rọ̀ dáàbòbò wa. Torí sìn àti rí sìn pé gbogbo àwọn ta gbọ́kànlé pé wọ́n dáàbòbò wa wọ́n fi wá sọ́kàn àwọn ọ̀tẹ̀ ẹ má tiẹ̀ wo bẹ̀, ẹ má wo ọ̀dọ̀ wọn pé àwọn náà máa pèsè dáàbòbò fún yín sọ̀rọ̀ mi yẹn ẹ má wo bẹ̀ at all. So this is about 10-point plan. So ẹ jọ máa ṣe ní èdè Yorùbá àti Gẹ̀ẹ́sì máa dà papọ̀ lálẹ́ ẹ má bínú. So we are going to just talk about a 10-point plan. We are not going to wait for anybody. This is for every community. Bó jẹ́ ẹ jẹ́ Yorùbá o, bó jẹ́ ẹ jẹ́ Igbo o, bó jẹ́ ẹ jẹ́ Middle Belt o. This is a 10-point plan. Every community a ní àbá mẹ́wàá bíi àbá tó wà ní bá mo ṣàlàyé ẹ má bínú 10 point ṣá ọmọ yẹn tá lè gbé kalẹ̀ lórí ọ̀rọ̀ ìjàngbara yìí. Ẹ jẹ́ kí n sáré ṣe báyìí. I'm going to try and get that in there. Show on it. Is that it? Yeah, that's it. That is the one. Share. Now, one more thing. Sorry. I made a mistake there. Go back. So, ma ṣe báyìí, share. So, mo láti ṣe báyìí. Now. Ilé tí wọ́n ṣe báyìí. Má ṣe báyìí now, Joe. Okay. One second. Ó ti freeze. Kí ló wá dé báyìí? 1 second. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́ fún mi check ìjẹ́jú kan. Don't mess up this time like this evening. I'm not really in this mode. Okay. I'm just looking for something new. I might be somewhere. Okay, clear saying now. So multi now. Well, we'll manage it now. So okay, I need Bubo Yensin. I just need this one. Now, okay, so now lálẹ́ yìí tí a need ta fẹ́ ṣe. Let me see if you can see it. No, we don't want to need that one. Tó ṣe pàtàkì jùlọ ohun mo fi hàn yín mi mọ̀ tẹ́ bá ti mo fẹ́ kẹ́ gbọ́ ọ̀rọ̀ tí ó máa jáde láti nínú kìíní. Now a fẹ́ kí gbogbo àwọn àdúgbò kọ̀ọ̀kan sí kejì kẹ́ ní ètò ìdáàbòbò tí ẹ lè gbé kalẹ̀. A mọ̀ pé gbogbo àwa tá wà lókè òkun a lè wá ká wá ṣe kìíní lójijì bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn. Àmọ́ tá bá fi àwọn àbá yìí sílẹ̀ bóyá ó ṣeéṣe káwọn kan àbí méjì kankan gbọ́ kínní kọ́ èdè wa múró ní àdúgbò kan sí àdúgbò kejì sọ̀rọ̀ mi yé yín so àbá yìí ó ṣe pàtàkì bẹ́ẹ̀ bá ṣe ń gbọ́ àbá yìí pé ká wá gbèrò ká wá múṣẹ sọ̀rọ̀ mi yé yín so ntí a máa bẹ̀rẹ̀ lórí ẹ̀ òun rèé so it's a 10-point plan for the survival of Middle Belt and Southern communities 10-point plan now ká tó bẹ̀rẹ̀ mo fẹ́ kí ẹ gbọ́ nǹkan tí tí wọ́n sọ mí báyìí mo fẹ́ kí ẹ gbọ́ nǹkan tí arákùnrin olóògbé Malafia tí wọ́n sọ mo fẹ́ kí ẹ gbọ́.
Let me make some revelations because some of us also have our own intelligence networks.
Okay.
Have met with some of the bandits. We have met with some of their high commanders. One or two who have repented. Mm-hmm. They have sat down with us, not once, not twice. They told us that one of the northern governors is the commander of Boko Haram in Nigeria. Boko Haram and the bandits are one and the same thing. They have a sophisticated network. During this lockdown, their planes were moving up and down as though there was no lockdown. Moving ammunitions, moving logistics, moving money,
we'll try and translate it afterwards.
Them in different parts of the country. They are already in the south, in the rainforest of the south. They are everywhere. They told us that when they finish these rural killings, they will move to phase 2. The phase 2 is they will go into the urban cities, going from house to house, killing prominent people. I can tell you, this is the game plan. By 2022, they want to start a civil war in Nigeria.
Now, are you listening?
Don't joke with what I'm saying. I have a PhD from Oxford University. I'm a central banker. We don't talk nonsense. So don't joke with what I'm telling you. I have this from the highest possible authority, higher authorities of some of the commanders of the killers and Boko Haram.
You said northern governors, past or present, Dr. Badaya?
No, current.
So current. We know Boko mentor. We know that it's the current governors.
Of Boko Haram in Nigeria.
So I want you to listen. I'm giving you a background.
They have more than enough money. In fact, he told me they just came back from.
If your man will body, we will look at that as well. We will do. So 1 second, please.
And the truth. And let me make some revelations because some of us.
So.
No, current.
So let's just make
current.
sure.
No, they said one of them is the commander of Boko Haram in Nigeria. One of them. And they are not looking for money. They have more than enough money. In fact, he told me they just came back from.
Okay, so now, there we now know. So what I am saying here is this. This is a general warning for all of us in the Middle Belt and the South. Please. By August, they already started now. We are now this has happened on the 5th of June. The attack started. They've already started though. This is a warm-up. What they're doing is they're testing the water to see how ready we are. One year me wo. One on don wo. Okay. Che won ti mura abi won ti mura. Won ti don mi wo. Now, what I want you to now look at now is this. What steps are we going to take? Kini igbese wo la wa le gbe? Iyen lemi fe tẹnu mọ́ nsìn. We now have to, you see, we've been too worried about what they are doing. We need to start asking, making them ask, what are they sure of where they're going to find us? And that is where we come in with this. I'm not going to give you specifics here in terms of what you're going to do, but we are going to give you a skeleton that anybody can take and plan. This is the point now that we want to reach as many communities. This is from one community to the next. Àdúgbò sí àdúgbò ni ètò yìí wà fún. Àdúgbò sí àdúgbò. Àdúgbò kan sí àdúgbò kejì. Gbogbo àdúgbò, gbogbo abúlé, gbogbo ìgbèríko, gbogbo ibi tí ẹ bá mọ̀ pé àwa ọmọ káàrọ̀ oòjíire wà. Ẹ jẹ́ ká ṣe ètò. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́. Now, let's forward. Now, Okokoro, àkíyèsí, vigilance, àkíyèsí, tẹ́mọ̀ tó ń wọnú àdúgbò yín, ṣẹ́mẹ̀ tó ń jáde, ṣé ẹ ní àwọn gbogbo àwọn ọmọ wa tẹ́sẹ́ pé wọ́n ní kankan ṣe yìí, ẹ jẹ́ kí wọ́n tètè bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní ṣe ètò vigilance. Ẹ jẹ́ n kà fún yín. The communities in the Middle Belt and the whole of the South, indigenous people must be on high alert, ẹ múra lẹ̀, with key plans disseminated to all indigenes. So ìtumọ̀ yẹn ni pé gbogbo àwa ará ìpínlẹ̀ ìpínlẹ̀ méjèèjọ nílẹ̀ Yorùbá, gbogbo àwọn àdúgbò wa àtàwọn abúlé wa, gbogbo wa láti ní ètò pé tá bá ti rí àjèjì tó bá ti wọnú àdúgbò wa, àmọ̀bí tó ń lọ, àmọ̀bí tó ń wà, à ń ṣọ́ wọn lọ́wọ́ lẹ́sẹ̀, gbogbo wa jọ ń sọ̀rọ̀, a jọ ń ṣe gbìmọ̀ àbá tá máa fi gbélẹ̀ tẹ́rí òun sìn àwọn tó lọ church yẹn, àwọn tó wà ládùúgbò yẹn, wọn ò múra lẹ̀. Irú nǹkan báyìí ló ẹ̀ka bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní gbé o, ẹ jọ̀ọ́ o, mo rọ̀ wá ní o, vigilance. So adẹ̀ láti sọ fún gbogbo àwọn tó wà nínú gbogbo àdúgbò wa pátápátá, oníkálùkù ló máa ní ipa láti kó nínú kinní, àtọmọdé àtàgbà, àwọn tó ń ṣọ́ bó ṣe ń wọlé, àwọn tó ń ṣọ́ bó tó ń lọ, àwọn tó ń ṣọ́ nǹkan tó kó dání, àwọn kan gbogbo kinní, gbogbo wa dábàá ká pín ká tú ọ̀rọ̀ ipa ká yanyan kọ̀ọ̀kan nínú àwọn àdúgbò wa lórí ọ̀rọ̀ yìí. Tọ́rọ̀ mi yé yín, mi ò ní dárúkọ pé báyìí ní ká ṣe, mo kàn ní pé ká kàn àwọn àbátà ń sọ̀rọ̀ yìí o. Now, our collective communities are under constant unrelenting attacks by Fulani bandits, i.e. òun lẹ́rí lẹ́ni. So wọ́n lọ sí church, bá ṣe ń gbọ́ wọ́n ní church yẹn, wọ́n mọ̀ pé church tí Governor Akeredolu tó máa ń lọ ni. They say the church that they attacked was the church that they know Akeredolu goes. Now, why was it that the church is so open to attack? This is what I'm saying, that if you have vigilance in the area, you can stop this attack. We can take collective action together. So now, let's read this now. The next part of the vigilance is this. Our collective communities are under constant unrelenting attacks by the Fulani bandits, Boko Haram, ISWAP, funded by the federal government. We must coordinate our protection of indigenous people. See, two more vigilance near gbogbo wa láti gbáradì. We all have to be aware. It is now clear that the federal government do not have any intention of protecting the indigenous people. What that means is it's down to you and me. It is down to you in your community. Please do not wait for the federal government to come and help you. Do not. It's not self-harm. What do you mean? Okay, no. Yeah. So please do not expect the federal government to come and help you. And I want you to know at this point, I forgot to put it in the thing, but I will do it later. I want you to be aware that you have a right to life. That means that you can also defend that life. Section 33, if I'm correct, says that you have the right to life under that fraudulent constitution. That means you have the right to defend that life. So this is why vigilance is very, very important in all our communities. And the communities, each of the communities must take control of their own safety and security. Don't wait for the police. Don't wait for the army. The army, 35,000 Boko Haram have been pardoned and they've been put back in the army. And those armies, if they come into your community, they will pretend as though they want to restore calm. But what they are doing is protecting the Fulani terrorists at all times. So you do not need to wait for the army or the police. They will not help you. You have to provide your own safety and security in your own community right now. That's the first thing. You need to organize whatever means you can organize. I don't want to go into details of what you need, but you know what you need to do. So vigilance is number one. Most important, vigilance. Ẹ ṣàkíyèsí ta ló ń wọlé, ta ló ń jáde, gbogbo wa báyìí ẹ dìde ní gbogbo abúlé, ní gbogbo àdúgbò, ní gbogbo ìpínlẹ̀, ẹ máa bára yín sọ̀rọ̀. Báyìí kódà lálẹ́ yìí ẹ ti máa yan àwọn tó pé ọmọ máa ṣe ìṣọ́ru àwọn ẹ mọ gbogbo nǹkan bẹ́ẹ̀ ní ìpínlẹ̀ sí ìpínlẹ̀, abúlé sí abúlé sí abúlé, àdúgbò sí àdúgbò, kẹ́dẹ̀ máa kẹ́ múra lẹ̀ ẹ jọ̀ọ́ ẹ múra lẹ̀, mi ò ní sọ gbogbo ní sọ̀rọ̀. So please, I want you to be vigilant. That's for the Middle Belt, and the South, the whole of the South. Now, the next thing. So let me move this one so you can see. It's a 10-point plan, but it is for us. We see, they do. We can no longer wait for somebody and what's going to happen. We need to, you on ground. It is important that people on ground, there will be people on ground that are hearing what we're saying now. You can take action in your community to gather around and protect yourselves. Very, very important. Tracking, again, tracking of movement of non-indigenous people, often in large numbers within our community. Can you listen? So láti máa ṣọ́ tí ẹ bá ti rí pé wọ́n ti pọ̀ wọ́n ti ń káàkiri ládùúgbò wa, ẹ máa ṣọ́ wọn, ẹ máa wo bí tó ń lọ, ẹ bẹ̀rẹ̀ ní ṣe ètò. Discuss what plan you have. Àwọn àbáwo irú báwo lẹ ṣe fẹ́ kọjú sí wàhálà tó máa gbé wá. Ṣé ti múra lẹ̀, ẹ ti bára yín sọ̀rọ̀. Láti mọ iye tó jẹ́ ládùúgbò yín. So nísìnyí gbogbo àwọn tó wà nínú igbó ká mọ̀ wọ́n. Àpẹẹrẹ ńsìn wọ́n sọ pé wọ́n wà nínú igbó ní Lagos and Ibadan expressway. We are hearing that in the Lagos, they are all over the forest in Lagos Ibadan expressway. So for example, every community along the Lagos Ibadan expressway, you should be having meetings and plans as to how you're going to prepare, because they will come and attack you. The military will not protect you. The police will not. They will never be around. They will never be around. Do not count on the army or the police to come and defend you. You have to do it within your community using everything you have right now. Begin to plan. We cannot give you we are only giving you skeleton now, so you can plan around that. So tracking and watching what is going on. So here's an example. There must be an organized head count with record of all indigenous people urgently embarked upon and record kept. So in each of the community, you need to know how much men, women, boys, how many people you are. And when you have that record, send it to people abroad in diaspora. Send that record to people in diaspora for safekeeping. You can have a record here, but send it to what? And tell us the community you are in, the local government area, so we begin to have that kind of a picture of what is going on. Because that way it's a record of who's where. So when they say they are from these places, we can counter that. You are preparing and planning. Number one. Two, we must ask to know who the people coming into our community are. We need to know who they are. And we need to begin to work if you move in groups, plan this together, you can begin to question these things. And the police and the army are not there to support you. When you see the army and the police, tebari ọlọ́pàá àtàwọn army, àwọn Fúlàní náà wá gbè lẹ́yìn o, wọn ò gbè yín o, wọn ò wá gbè yín lẹ́yìn o. So you need to be very aware of that. We need to have a discussion báwo lè ṣe máa ṣe irú nǹkan bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn, bírú ètò ilẹ̀ máa gbé kalẹ̀ fún irú nǹkan bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn. So gbogbo ẹni tẹ́ bá ní ti ìbílẹ̀ àsìkò ọjà ẹ jẹ́ ká rí o, ẹni tẹ́ bá ní ti ọ̀rọ̀ ti ẹ̀sìn méjèèjì ẹ tẹ́ bá lè lò ẹ gbé kalẹ̀ o. Sọ̀rọ̀ mi yẹn now discussions by indigenes as to likely impact of the number of indigenes of the non-indigenes must urgently take place. Mú láti jíròrò lórí tí àwọn arábìnrin tó máa wọlé tó bá pọ̀ jù nínú àdúgbò wa, kí ló máa ṣẹlẹ̀? Irú àwọn ọ̀rọ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn lẹ́kẹ̀ máa sọ ní abúlé sí abúlé ní abúlé. Ẹ wo Ọlámi Nurudeen, ara nǹkan tá à ń sọ nìyẹn, a fẹ́ fi gbogbo ẹnu sọ̀rọ̀. Sọ mi yé yín, ara tá à ń sọ gọ́gọ́ nìyẹn, a fẹ́ fi gbogbo ẹnu sọ̀rọ̀. Àmọ́ tẹ̀lé tí gbogbo abúlé kọ̀ọ̀kan tó bá ti dúró papọ̀ lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ tá a wà báyìí sìn, kò yẹ kí èèyàn kan kó kọjá ní àdúgbò kan ká má mọ ibi tó ti gbé wá ibi tó gbé ń lọ, ká máa ṣọ́ wọn lọ́wọ́ lẹ́sẹ̀. Nǹkan tí mò ń sọ nìyẹn. Torí taba ti wá ń ṣe yẹn, ẹni tó bá gbé ẹsẹ̀ gbégbèkúgbè ẹsẹ̀ kan bákan, tó bá ń ṣe gbégbèsẹ̀ tí ó sùn wọn bákan, àwa ẹ̀dẹ̀mọ́ tẹ́ máa ṣe. Tọ́rọ̀ mi yé yín. Àmọ́ àkọ́kọ́ ọ̀rọ̀, gbogbo àdúgbò kan sádùúgbò kejì ẹ láti ní àwọn ètò ìdáàbòbò nílẹ̀. So the plan here is number one, vigilance. Number two, track the movement of these people. You know, they move some people from Lagos because of Okada. Now they're in Ogun State. That is a big danger. All of the people in Ogun State, every community, you must have your vigilante group set up. Discuss vigilance. Discuss the tracking of the movement of the Fulanis in your community. You need to discuss that urgently. Number two. So we talked about tracking of the movement. Number three, now we're going here. They need to move in the community in minimum of 2 indigenes at all times for safety. Do not walk around on your own, especially in the evening. Do not walk around on your own. Walk around in the minimum of 2 people at a time, so that you can protect yourself, because we don't know who's who at this point. But if you begin to have that community spirit, you can then change that slowly. But first, right now, anybody can be attacked. The young man that was attacked, David Imo, was attacked because people were afraid of the amount of Fulanis that were there. So please, we need to work in groups, and we need to really be aware of what is going on in our community. So now, here's what the kind of discussion you can have. The meeting must stress the need to implement this suggestion across the community with immediate effect, as the daily killings of indigenous people by Fulani invited to come across from across West Africa to Nigeria by Governor Bala Mohammed and federal government is increasing at an alarming rate. The word's safety number is very relative here. Kari kakpo yeni. Kari kakpo yeni. Atikota wa yo eye darin ejo eye darin. Mo fẹ́ kẹ́ gbọ́ ọ̀rọ̀ ara tí mo fẹ́ kẹ́ ṣàkíyèsí. Governor, we're going to play the tape of Governor Bala Mohammed now, and what he said. They asked for the Fulanis to come in. I'm playing that for us to know. Let's listen for a little bit. It might take some time, but let's play it for a bit. Here.
And of course, we will try more to cultivate that culture in our people, while at the same time bringing the Fulanis in one fold and try to arrest their traditional practice of moving from one place to the other. And that is very big, an uphill task. But I think we can communicate with them more, because to them they don't have borders from Cameroon to Nigeria.
But that's the thing, Your Excellency. How do we ensure that those who will be participating in this federal government largely funded program will be Nigerians?
In terms of the funding?
No, in terms of
the operations.
Operations. You said to bring in the Fulanis together. We have Fulanis from other countries.
The issue
as well.
of misconception, I said there is a lot of mistrust and misconception with regards to the Fulani man. The Fulani man is a global or an African person. He moves from the Gambia, from Senegal, and his nationality is just a Fulani man. And Senegal person. He moved.
He said his nationality is just a Fulani man. But yes, that is telling you that they don't care about you as an indigenous people. He said his nationality is just a Fulani man. Hear it again. Hear it. Listen now.
I said there is a lot of mistrust and misconception with regards to the Fulani man. The Fulani man is a global or an African person. He moves from the Gambia, from Senegal, and his nationality is just a Fulani man.
You see, his nationality is just a Fulani man. Listen, no. But the Fulani men they are allowing them to come and take your land in the south. And this is why our communities, ẹjẹ́ ká sọwọ́pọ̀ ẹ̀ẹ̀kan lè máa wò ẹ gbàgbé àwọn oníkàkí ń bá àwọn Fúlàní ṣiṣẹ́ tẹ́ bá dẹ̀ gbọ́kànlé wọn ọmọ àwa pa àdúgbò irun ni Ọlọ́run má jẹ́ àrí nǹkan burúkú. Right now ẹ jẹ́ ká pèsè ìdáàbòbò fúnra wa, gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́ wà ní àwọn abúlé wa, àwọn ìpínlẹ̀ wa báyìí ẹ bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní ṣèpàdé kíákíá báyìí kẹ́ wá ọ̀nà gbogbo ọ̀nàkọ̀nà ń tẹ́ bá ní kẹ́ fi pèsè ìdáàbòbò fúnra yín, kẹ́ kọ́kọ́ bẹ̀rẹ̀ pẹ̀lú yẹn náà. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́ pé kẹ́kọ̀ọ́ dá wà kẹ́ máa gbàdúrà pé sẹ́rí ọ̀rọ̀ ti church yẹn náà máa mẹ́nu bà ọ̀rọ̀ church yẹn nínú ọ̀rọ̀ tàbá sọ́nsìn mo kàn fẹ́ kẹ́ gbọ́ lè náà, you know. So please, you need to defend yourselves, because you have to understand that the army and the police are working with the Fulanis that the federal government have given the right to come into our country. You cannot, because the Fulani and the army are one and the same. You have to understand that Boko Haram, they have pardoned 35,000 Boko Haram. Many of the Boko Haram are now in our army. So if you let in the army in your community and you believe that you are safe, you are in danger. You need to have local meetings and plan how you are going to protect yourselves. This is very, very important. Now,
And as a person, I may have my relations in the Cameroon.
You see?
But they are also Fulani men. I have relations because from the maternal side, I'm a Fulani man.
So, but you see, but he can tell us that a Fulani man from the maternal side, from Cameroon, from Gambia, from whatever. But you, as a Yoruba man, you cannot tell your Yoruba brother from Benin Republic or Togo to come into your country. But you see, this is the agenda. That's the agenda. I'm making you know this so that we in our community, you cannot trust the army or the police. The army, they have, again, I'm saying it, 35,000 Boko Haram are in our army right now. So if any of you believe in one Nigeria, you are believing that the army will protect you. The army is going to only protect the Fulanis. You need to protect and defend yourselves in your communities right now. Right now. The killings is evidence. This is just the beginning. By August this year, a civil war will break out. Please, 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 take heed of this. Begin to share this broadcast. Make sure people understand the 10-point plan. We're going to go through it one by one. So I will listen a bit more to this Governor Bala Mohammed. This is what he said. It's not what I said. Listen.
And that is why we want to educate people. A Fulani man sees himself as a Bayelsan.
You see?
As somebody coming from the Niger Delta.
You see what he means when they're saying the Fulani sees themselves as a Bayelsan or someone from Niger Delta. What they're talking about is that they are going to take the place of the Bayelsan and the Delta man. By putting the Fulani man, they are taking your land. This is why our communities must work together from the Middle Belt to the South. We need urgently to work together. We need to be aware. The message that we're saying here, don't walk alone. Walk in numbers of minimum of 2. Be very aware of who is moving in and out of your community, especially when they don't speak your language. Watch them closely. Now, let's carry on with this broadcast. Sorry about this.
Because he speaks the Niger Delta language, which you and I don't. And of course, we would have to just take this as part of our own heritage, something that is African, and that we cannot just close the border and say the Fulani man is just a Nigerian or this. No. In most cases, the crises are precipitated. And of course, we will try more.
Sorry.
And who they believe in, people like us from that part of the country. To say.
So you see now, they are telling us that we should accept a Fulani man, even though he's not an indigenous man. And this is why we have to be aware and alert. And I urge you all, please, this is of the most urgent importance. Be aware, set up vigilante groups, begin to have discussions in your community. Very, very, very important. I'm just trying to find something. I hope it doesn't die on me. So now, so let's listen on. Please share this broadcast.
Yes,
very
we
important.
have this. Because today there is no limit to the accusation that this and that has happened and it is the Fulani man who caused it. There is no tribe that is not that.
The Fulani are not indigenous to our parts. Again, I've told you, the Boko Haram, they are all Fulanis. They've been pardoned. 35,000. They are in our army. It is not a question of if or but. They are in our army, and many of the areas that they're in are in the south, in the Middle Belt and the south. So if you think that the army is there to protect you, the army is there to ensure that the Fulani take your land from you. You need to understand that. So please, working in the community, from one community to the next, we need to provide safety and security urgently. So this is what I'm trying to say. If you need to, whatever means, defend your life by any means necessary. You have the right to defend your life by any means necessary in your community. We're not saying to go out and attack anybody. We're saying within your community, because the federal government of Nigeria has failed to provide safety and security. You have the right to life. Section 33 says you have the right to life under that fraudulent 1999 Constitution. And you have the right to defend that life. The only person that can speak about anything, you have to be alive first. What we are saying is that in each of the communities right now, you need to begin to plan. Don't walk around on your own. Walk around in groups. Have vigilance in every corner, every forest, Everything in your community you must know. In Ondo State, in another area recently, they cleared the trees. We need to work in as groups in our communities right now. We are facing existential threat because there is a war that is upon us. War is happening already, but we need to prepare ourselves first. So this is why I'm trying to give us a 10-point plan of survival. Now, so like I said, the more we are moving around, going from one, and be very careful, monitor who is around. The churches, for example, in every church, in every mosque in the community, you must have a security watching your area. You cannot just go to church and believe you'll be safe. You need to have some kind of security plan in place in the church, in the mosque, in the babalawo, because these guys, they do not care whether you believe in African spirituality or Christianity or Islam. They want your land. So your safety is your own number one priority. That's not their priority to take your land. Your priority is to make sure that your community is safe. Work together in the community. Build your own security network. You need to build your own security network. Like I said, you need to organize the plans now. The churches, if any church is going to open, do you have security for that church to be open? If that church is not, if you cannot provide the security as a community, that church should not open. People can pray in your homes. You can pray in your homes. You can pray. You don't have to be in a church, because if the church cannot provide safety and security, you are leaving yourself open to danger. If the mosque cannot provide you safety and security, and they're asking you to come and pray, they are leaving you open to anybody coming in to attack you. That is why the community is important right now. Right now. So, exactly. So, Ifon, yes, exactly. Yes, Alibio Shif, yeah, Ifon, there was an attack in Ifon tonight in Ondo State. And people were killed there. 2 people were killed, if I recall. So these are things that we need to work in our community together. Don't stand alone. Please do not share this broadcast. So I want to reiterate that. Again, if the church cannot provide you safety and security, or the mosque or the babalawo, pray at home. Because the more you congregate there, when you congregate, you will all have to rush out. It is time to provide safety and security. If the church cannot provide safety, i.e. making sure that there's people at the door to prevent any gunmen coming and killing, slaughtering people, there's nothing we can do. Let me show you an example of what I mean in terms of providing safety and security. 1 second. Let me see if I can. I'll come back to that later. Let me go through this one because I don't want to lose the train of thought here. Now, here. Please, another thing I want you to watch out for. Please, in your communities, in the Middle Belt and the South, watch out for tankers. Oh, please. Watch out for tankers. I should have put the picture there, but I will show. But you all know. Watch out for tankers. Tankers suddenly packing up in highly populated areas is another thing that needs collective monitoring. When you see a tanker coming into your community, tell them to move along. Don't let them stay, because what they do is they leave the tanker and suddenly they make sure an explosion goes to destroy that community, to cause maximum casualty. So you watch that. This is why we need community vigilante right now. Having indigenous people assigned to track and inform about these tankers and getting them on the move is extremely essential, as they may be strategically placed to cause maximum death and destruction in indigenous communities. So please watch out. We need to have meetings to discuss this in your community. This is in the Middle Belt and in the South. This is what they are planning. We are asking you to please begin to take this as a serious plan for your community. You can take clips of this and share it, but we want us all to be aware. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́, ó ṣe pàtàkì. Tẹ́ bá ti rí àwọn ní ọkọ̀ epo ńlá yẹn, tẹ́ bá ti gbé ọkọ̀ yẹn, tẹ́ bá ti pé wọ́n fẹ́ gbé síbì kan, wọ́n máa gbé sí àdúgbò tó yẹ pé èrò pọ̀ dáadáa. Tó bá gba náà báyìí, kán á sun àwọn àìmọye. Ẹ tètè tán, ẹ sún wọn síwájú, ẹni kan má jókòó. Ẹ yẹ ká sún wọn kọ́ padà lọ sí òkè ọya lọ́hùn ní Àrẹwà. Ẹ má jẹ́ kó dúró sádùúgbò yín, torí nǹkan tó fẹ́ ṣe ni pé wọ́n fẹ́ pa wá gangan ni. Ogun ti wọlé sẹ́ẹ̀, ogun ti wọlé gan ni. Now mo fẹ́ kí n fi eléyìí ṣe. So now we're gonna go to the next thing. So now mo fẹ́ kẹ́ ro kíní yìí o. I want you all to think about this as Southerners. If you have a Fulani man as your megad, or if you're as somebody working for you, you are it's like you are making yourself open to attack. You are preparing conditions for your own demise. The community should actively encourage the key message: safety of our community can only be carried out by indigenes. It is only indigenes that can make sure of the safety of indigenes. It is only indigenes that can guarantee the safety of indigenous people. There is no, if somebody is telling you, oh, we're Nigeria, we're all Nigerians, we will protect you, and they are wearing khaki, they are there to take your land. Understand that. So very, very important. Those of you, you see, yeah, they have surrounded all the states we have in the, I know, but we need to plan. We have to plan. And I'm bringing this attention, this suggestion for us to take steps to move forward and plan, at least begin this process. When we begin to talk in our communities, then we can communicate with people abroad, and we can develop things from there. I don't want to say too much more than that right now. But in the community right now, the people in the communities as we have them now, they must have vigilante groups set up urgently together to begin to monitor their own community. Because like I said, all the military, no weapon. I didn't say no weapon. What do you mean by that? Look, you use by any means necessary. Whatever you can find as a weapon to protect and defend your life, you use. I don't want to go into details about that. Like I said, this is just to give us a skeleton. There are things, of course, that can be discussed. But right now, we want our people. You see, if you are alert, by being alert, you can save a life. And what do I mean? For example, the killings in the church today, had there been that they saw there was somebody at the church watching before they even came close, they could have alerted the people in the church and they could have gotten away before that the terrorists got in the area. But because there's no vigilance, people have been killed. 80 people have been killed today. So being vigilant alone can actually save lives. And we can defend. When you can be vigilant, that means now you can begin to think about how you can defend yourself. You cannot, by just waiting. Look, let's not make it about an argument. We need plans, and we're giving you suggestions. This is a skeleton. We can build around that skeleton. But for now, in every community, we are urging you to take a look at this as serious things to consider in each of your communities. And the beauty of what we're saying is this: when you hear this, you can take the action in your community, and nobody, oh, I know. It's dissolution, O'Neill. Yes, it is. But the first thing is to defend ourselves. Chukuma O'Neill, you're right. So we don't want. This is you cannot have elections when people are being killed. We do not. We should say no to elections because people are being killed. We are not interested in any. There should be no elections in Ondo State. There should be no elections in any of the 8 states in Yoruba land or in Biafra land or Middle Belt. Because we are being killed. Now, this is what I'm saying to you all. Please, again, I'm reiterating this. Anybody who has a Fulani or even a Hausa as a megad or as a security person or somebody working for you, be alert. I would urge you to urgently change that now. If you can, change that now because it is dangerous. This is a Black Sunday. Yes. Today, 5/6/2022. Today is a Black Sunday. I cannot show the pictures because they will take it down. But this is why we are coming with this 10-point plan. So now, let's go ahead. So, plan to ensure that in open community spaces are safe for indigenes. Now, what do I mean by that? Where Fulanis congregate in large numbers, this must be closely monitored, contingencies put in place. Let me say that again. where there are where Fulanis congregate in large numbers, this must be closely monitored. Contingencies put in place. Contingencies put in place. I'm not going to say more than that. You can, within right now in your community, you need that. You need to work on that. The simple but effective, having more headcount than the non-indigenous is very much a priority. We need that headcount to make sure, to be watching, because you see, we do not want your communities overrun. You need to monitor who's coming in. Now, like I said, the army and the police are not protecting you. They are protecting the Fulani terrorists coming to kill you. They are protecting them. Yes. Lagos is their main target. Exactly. So there's a video which I will try and show later on, where people are basically telling you, they're coming into your place and they're saying that they want, they have the right to be in this place. We need to stop this. Do you know there's a video where there's a large amount of Fulanis in Lagos, a large amount. And why is it that the state government did not address this situation? The Fulanis, they are not speaking even, they're speaking foreign language, French. So look, we can't plan on empty hand. It is not possible. We don't plan. Our leaders like money more than look. Then it is up to, if you want to be alive in your community, then you have to plan. We need to start with a plan. However skeleton, however thin on the ground the plan may be, we need to have a plan. Because now that without a plan, look at what happened in Ondo State today in a war. We need a plan, please. We need a plan. Now, a recent case in Lagos where over 100 Fulani men killed and burnt an indigene, David Imo, due to the fear that any indigene getting involved will suffer same fate. This means the community must plan. We have to plan because you see, they're doing a game of numbers. Once they see that they are more than us, they psychologically have won. We cannot let that happen in our communities. That is why we need to monitor the communities. We ensure the open spaces are safe for indigenes. We have to make sure that there's more of us than of them in our communities, and that means that we restrict their entry into our community. The police are not protecting us. The army are not protecting us. It is down to us. If you are waiting for the army and the police to protect you, they are the ones who will put you in the harm's way to let the Fulani terrorists kill you. The community must act. Please. Now, let's carry on. Again, I'm saying here, it is important that every community is aware that the community is abandoned by the government. The community has been abandoned by both the state and the federal government. If you notice that the state and the federal government, they always come in after the massacre and they say they've restored calm. By that time, they've taken your land, they've killed people like they did in Ondo State today. In two places, in Ifon and in Owo, they've killed. And there has been no protection. Amotekun is supposed to be there to protect you, but they are not being given the equipment to protect you. Hisba, do you know that Hisba can actually arrest a Nigerian policeman? Hisba in the north, they have more power than the policeman that the Nigerian government put in place. Hisba. Does Amotekun have that? They don't. Again, I am telling you, fine, the Amotekun can assist us, but I'm telling you, do not count on the Nigerian police or the army. The army is full of Boko Haram terrorists recruited by the government to act to take out as many Southerners and Middle Beltans. Please wake up. Please wake up. Now, so we need to be very aware in every community. The message has to be that we have been abandoned as Southerners, as Middle Beltans, as indigenous people. The indigenous people have been abandoned by the federal and the state government. And that means that when you are aware of this message, you can it is only you now that can defend yourself within your community. Do not count on the federal government. That's the message. If you are aware of this, you can take plans around it. Now we can begin to use different things to keep for our survival. I don't want to go into details, but you know the things that need to be happening there. Now, let me show you one more thing again, if I can. Oh, sorry, I forgot to. Healthcare needs in emergency. So that's emergency. 1 second, please. Let me see if I can actually make a change to that as I'm talking to you. That should say emergency. 1 second, please. If I can I make a change to that quickly? Okay, let me see if I can find it. Okay. I don't know if it will let me do it. Emergency. So I'm just going to just make a change to that now. So hopefully, yeah, there you go. So now, because I was writing this in a bit of a rush, we need healthcare. For example, now, the people that were killed today, some of them, we need to have, again, there is no healthcare provision by the state or the federal government. We need to have a plan in place. If something goes wrong, there should be a drill. So this is why I'm saying in each of, you might think you may have nothing, but when you work together, then you can be able to have a plan. Okay, we can use this place as an emergency. We can have this one. We can have that. By talking together in each community, you will identify where you can have things that can be used in medical, in a medical situation. The point is, when you have a plan, you can then use. We are very, very resourceful people. We can turn a lot of things into healthcare emergencies that we can use and plan. Very, very important. So healthcare needs in emergency. Plan for emergency healthcare needs due to the increased attacks carried out by Fulani terrorists. Monitoring and ensuring the safety of that facility is paramount. So not only do you have to plan and ensure that you have a place that you know is safe to use for healthcare emergency needs, i.e. somebody, an injury, attack, and all of that, and you're trying to recover, you have to make sure that facility is safe as well. But unless you have a discussion within yourselves in that community, it will not happen. So these are the kind of things that we need to be looking at. So I please want us to look at that. Do not for 1 minute think that this is the end of it. There will be more attacks. There's going to be more attacks. Please, I want us all to know this. There is going to be more attacks. And that is why you have to plan. Within the next week, don't be surprised if there's increase of attack as we speak. Ogun State is under alert. Lagos is under alert. In fact, the whole of Yoruba land, we need to be at alert. That is why having discussions in the community about the key areas, watching out for tankers, the mass of Fulanis gathering in your community, the fact that they can, the military are not protecting your life. You need to have a plan in place. You cannot just say you're going to pray. We know that the military is full. They've been packed full of Fulani terrorists dressed up as a Nigerian army. They've been pardoned. So you need to protect yourselves. What will you do in your community in that case? That is the plan you need to come up with. Please, 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 this is not a joke. Now, so like I said, again, to recap on this, emergency healthcare needs. What can we use in case of emergency for healthcare needs? Do we have stocks that we can keep? Can we keep it safe? How can we make sure that place is safe so that the Fulani terrorists do not come and take it over? In our community, these are plans that we need to discuss on a weekly basis, day-to-day basis in every community. That is the only way we can survive. Now, I forgot to add something else. There's obviously, when I said 10-point plan, this is just a gateway. There will be other things I want to talk about. Now, in terms of food security, when you begin to have this plan in terms of securing your community, we need to secure the farms, how the people will get to and from the farms. Again, having people working in 2s and 3s to and from the farm to make their lives safe. That is a community responsibility. That is the only way you can feed yourself. Because what they're planning to do, you see, they chase the farmers away so that we cannot feed ourselves. So we'll have to depend on them. That way, if you cannot feed yourself, you won't be strong enough to fight. This is all psychology. We need to be aware of all of these things. Every community now, you have to see yourself as a stand-alone. Every community must see themselves as stand-alone, and they must survive as a community. You cannot survive as an individual, but as a community, you can survive. And that is what we're trying to bring to you, So, yeah, alarms on our streets. But begin the first thing is if people can begin to set up these vigilante groups first, then we can build all of that stuff around it. But first, they need to be discussing among themselves and be willing to look at the community's survival as a whole. If you just think of your own survival, you will not survive. It needs all of the communities now to begin to work from one community to the next as one unit. Each community must see itself as one unit that must survive this attack by the Fulani terrorists that is being supported by the federal government of Nigeria. So please, I hope this makes sense. Now, so let me go to the next one. Sorry, hope. Okay, here we go. Now, so regular indigenous town hall meetings. You need to have regular indigenous town hall meetings. For example, what happened today now? In that community, I expect that people should be having a meeting. They should say, this amount of people were killed, this amount are injured. What plans? We're a community now, we've been all under attack. There need to be people assigned to take on task. You know, what the women who are going to be doing, you know, i.e., for example, if you have, we are looking for volunteers to be part of our of vigilante groups and how, you know, that kind of thing. We're looking for people that will be providing, fruit and food or something that will make food for those who will be doing that. You know, this is our community is under attack. So when we have regular meetings, you can identify people with special skills, how they can use those skills in key areas to help our survival. Because when we're standing on our own, when you're standing as an individual, I'm on my own, and you know, you are putting yourself in danger. Our communities has got to survive this right now. So this is very, very important that we share this message as you're getting it. Please do share. Now, so encourage all indigenous people to plan collectively for likely increase in sporadic attacks by non-indigenous people enforced upon indigenes. What I'm saying here is that the federal government, by way of what Governor Bala Mohammed said, they are bringing in Fulanis to attack the indigenous people, you and me, in our own communities. So we need to have regular meetings. In those meetings, obviously, when you're having it, you need to have people who will be watching and monitoring the areas and all that. That is why the meetings are important. Like I said, the beauty of what I'm saying now is you don't have to talk about everything that you guys are going to do now, but have the idea. When you have the idea now, you can now make this even more real, and you can become a community unit, a functioning community unit that can provide its own safety and security, and actually make it very difficult for them, for the Fulani plans to progress, because every community will have different challenges because they are aware. It's about planning. Please, this is not a joke. I hope you all take this as something that we must act upon urgently. Now, scenarios. This is where community as a whole is engaged in planning ahead for likely situations. How that will be dealt with collectively. A plan of action, POA, plan of action, with a drill to test and tweak it. This can be used on various issues beyond the above. I don't want to go into details, but you have to plan, you know, in every of the communities. In the UK here, they do something called a drill for the firemen. When you do something and you practice it, when the situation happens, you go into automatic mode and you take the steps like that because you've planned. This is what we need in our community. Please do not think that it is impossible. It is possible. We need to have this kind of plans, plan scenarios. You've seen what happened in the church. That can be a scenario that you can plan on. You've seen what happened in mosque. That can be a scenario. What steps can you have in each of your community? Because each community is different from the other. And you can plan within your community. You know your community. You know the things that you can work with in your communities. So the scenarios are very, very important part of this puzzle. Believe you me, when you start with this process, you never know what is going to be at the end of it in terms of support. Because when you are supporting yourself, you know, there's a saying, heaven helps those who help themselves. What we're saying now is, as each of the communities, you demonstrate to the people that you are supporting yourselves first. When you do that, then people will see that you are serious about this And there might be other things that will come in, unintended surprises that will come your way. But have a plan, is what we're saying. Have a plan. Have a plan. Now, so let me just put in. So there you have it. So that's the 10-point plan there. Like I said, this is just a scenario. These are just ideas. So we're talking about scenarios. We're talking about regular indigenous dialogue meetings. We're talking about healthcare needs. We're talking about community abandoned, being aware that the communities have been abandoned by the government. We're talking about the plan to ensure the open spaces are safe for indigents. Let me watch out for tankers. These are ideas. The need to move about in the community in twos. These are tracking movement of non-indigenous people in our community. You need to know where they're going. And vigilance, these are all things. Again, and it goes back to number one, which is what late Obadiah Malafia said, which is that by August 2023, civil war will break out. Now, I was planning to do this in a bit more. I was going to do it over time, maybe later on. But because of the attack that happened today, I feel that the community, look at that picture. Look at that picture. I want you to look at that picture. I'm telling you that you can have your meetings anywhere. You can plan this. In your safety, you can take action. The idea is to make you know that anywhere where there's people, you can plan and you can make your lives safer. I'm not saying you will make it 100%, but you can reduce the likely attacks, a relentless attack on you by as much as 50% if they know you have a plan. You see, remember, when you have a plan, those who are coming in, if they know you have a plan, they don't know what plan is in place. They are going to be very unwilling to go and attack those communities. This is all about psychology as well. We need to really understand that this is very bare minimum that we need. There are other things, of course. Of course, we all know what needs to be in place in terms of certain things. But some people may have access to those things. I don't want to go into details. But the most important thing is to plan first as a community, to see yourselves as self-contained unit. Because right now, the federal government cannot provide you safety. They cannot provide you security. Look now in Ondo State now. The church, they've killed over 80 people. And nobody, is the Isheshe prayer taking place in all our land too? Talks, I'm not sure. Prayer as with the Isheshe, and as long as we take collective action, that is the most important in all of this. So, but I just wanted to make sure we brought this to your attention about having a 10-point plan. It is important that we have a 10-point plan in place, because what is going on right now is sickening. It's unjust. It's horrifying. May the souls of those that have been killed in Owo and in Ifo, may their souls rest in peace. How many times are we going to be saying that? And the number of times we'll be saying that will be increasing on a day-by-day basis. That is why the community, I am urging you, please provide. This is a plan that we need to put in place right now. I don't want to just sit down and talk. If you notice, what we're doing on this discussion now isn't about just talking and just saying, oh, why? Now it is about do. Here are the steps you can take, Oro. Yeah, I'm sure they can do all those things. These are things that can be done in each of the community. These are suggestions. Somebody's talking about what about Oro? So we can use Oro. Yes, sure. We can do all of these things in our community. But again, it entails the community working together. So again, we are urging all our communities from one community to the next. There has to be a vigilante awareness in the community, a plan of action. What plan of action do we have? Now, like I said, if the church, now that we know the church is not safe, the mosque is not safe, nowhere is safe, the schools, all our schools now, in our community, we have to now make sure that since people can go in with guns anywhere and kill, we have to make sure that we have a plan that in our community, there has to be safety. And if we cannot guarantee that safety where there's a group of people, what steps can you place to make sure that when people are scattered, it's more self-contained, you can contain and minimize the killings, the mass killings, because this is mass killings. This is genocide. So I hope this is not a doesn't have all of the plans in it, you know. Yeah, Tello Glory, yeah, Telon Glory, yes. So now I'm not quite sure what you meant there. So ẹjọ má bínú ẹjọ mo rọ gbogbo wa ni mo sọ pé màá sọ kí ni lédè Gẹ̀ẹ́sì pẹ̀lú èdè wa, so mo gbìyànjú díẹ̀ but ẹ mọ̀ ọ̀rọ̀ tí mo kọ yẹn mo láti máa tú palẹ̀ díẹ̀ ní kíkan sọ ní ṣókí ọ̀rọ̀ tí mo mú wá lákọ̀ọ́kọ́ ṣe lélẹ́yìí àkíyèsí ní gbogbo àdúgbò wa, so mo kàn ní kọ́kọ́ sọ ní Gẹ̀ẹ́sì eléyìí àkíyèsí ní gbogbo àdúgbò wa. Ìtumọ̀ yẹn ni pé gbogbo àwa tí ní àwọn mẹ́yẹn gbogbo wa ń sìn àti mọ̀ pé wọ́n lè ìgbàkigbà náà máa wọlé láti wá ṣe jàǹbá wọn. Tí gbogbo wa bá ṣe àwọn ètò ìdáàbòbò yẹn ká ti jíròrò láàrin ara wa ká ti gbé àwọn ìgbésẹ̀ yẹn lẹ̀, kò ní bá wa lójijì. Tọ́rọ̀ mi yé yín, kò ní bá wa lójijì. Ìyẹn ni eléyìí tí tán pè ní vigilance. Tá bá ti wá ń ṣọ́ wọn, ó máa ṣòro fún wọn láti gbé ìgbésẹ̀ yẹn tó wọn pé àwa gan ṣọ́ wọn. Ó máa tẹ̀ jẹ́ kò ní jẹ́ kán lè tètè ṣe kí n tó fẹ́ ṣe yẹn. Tó má tẹ̀ ti pé kò súré mọ́ nsìn wọn ní lè mú iṣẹ́. Ara nǹkan bẹ́ẹ̀ lórí ká máa ṣe lọ́dọ̀ wa lórí àwọn nǹkan tí mo ṣe sọ tó yẹn mo sọ pé àwọn gbogbo àwọn àdúgbò sádùúgbò kan sí kejì technology okay yeah bẹ́ẹ̀ ni yes. So gbogbo kinní yìí ó ṣe pàtàkì. Gbogbo àdúgbò wọn láti ní ètò ìdáàbòbò tí gbogbo ará àdúgbò àti àwọn ará abúlé àti ará ìlú àti ìpínlẹ̀ kékèké tó máa lọ́wọ́ nú ẹ̀. Ó ṣe pàtàkì. Àwọn wo náà máa jẹ́ pé àwọn náà wọ́n máa ṣọ́ta, àwọn ló jẹ́ pé àwọn náà wọ́n máa wo náà máa ṣètò yẹn, àwọn gangan náà máa gbé ọ̀pá dání, àwọn kan bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn, àwọn wo náà máa ṣọ́ ọ̀nà oko, àwọn wo wọ́n ní nǹkan àjẹsára tẹ́ pé wọ́n máa wà níwájú ogun. Àwọn sọ̀rọ̀ mi yé yín, ẹ wo ètò oríṣiríṣi láti bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí nsìn yìí o, ẹ má jà dúró, òun ló ti délẹ̀ nsìn, ẹ wo tọ̀wọ̀. Wọ́n lọ sí wọ́n ní pé àwọn tí púpọ̀ náà wọ́n tọ́ pa níbẹ̀ yẹn wọ́n ṣe ìgbéyàwó ní àná, èní sìn wọ́n ti pa wọ́n, àtọkọ àtìyàwó wọ́n ti pa wọ́n. Torí náà ẹ jẹ́ ká ṣe àkíyèsí, ẹ má kàn dáadáa èèyàn kan nìkan o, gbogbo àdúgbò wa ń sìn ewu ni gbogbo wa wà, ẹ má jà tanra wa jẹ. Tá bá sowọ́pọ̀ ó máa ṣòro fún wọn láti wọlé sí wa láàrin. Tí kò bá sí ìdáàbòbò ẹ má lọ sí ilé ìsìn, tí ò bá sí ìdáàbòbò ẹ má lọ sí ilé mọ́ṣáláṣí, tí ò bá sí ìdáàbòbò ó tó rà ọ̀dọ̀ babaláwo ẹ má yàbẹ̀. Sọ̀rọ̀ mi yé yín. So lẹ́yìn sìn ẹ má láti máa ṣọ́ ìrìn gbogbo àwọn bòròró yìí ládùúgbò yín, kẹ máa ṣọ́ ìrìn àwọn bòròró ládùúgbò yín, kẹ máa ṣọ́ àwọn mélòó ni wọ́n ń bọ̀ náà ń lọ ń bọ̀ náà ń darí sí, bọ̀ náà kọjú sí, bọ̀ náà sáwọ̀, gbogbo kinní yìí ẹ wò ó. So ṣé nǹkan tó sọ nìyẹn, mo gbọ́ pé wọ́n ní wọ́n pa wọn, okay tó bá yẹ pé bẹ́ẹ̀ ni bá ṣe ń gbọ́ nìyẹn wọ́n ní pé àwọn kan wọ́n mo ṣàgbọ́n pé wọ́n pa àwọn 80. So mi ò mọ gbogbo ọ̀rọ̀ yìí lọ títí, mò ń gbìyànjú níta bá ń gbọ́ à ń sọ but ó dàbẹ̀ ṣe tẹ́ bá yẹ pé ẹ tún gbọ́ latest ni kò ṣe nǹkan kan. Gbogbo ohun tí à ń sọ ń sìn ni pé kò yẹ kéèyàn kọ́kọ́ kú nínú ọ̀rọ̀ tá à ń sọ yìí. Ẹ wò ó, kí àwa láyé òun ló ṣe pàtàkì jù lápapọ̀ wa, torí gbogbo ara bí wọ́n fẹ́ gbalẹ̀ mọ́ wa lọ́wọ́ ni. Sọ̀rọ̀ mi yé yín, ẹ jọ̀ọ́ ẹ má ṣe lọ́rọ̀ pé bóyá kinní kan mi ò kì í ṣe pé a mọ̀ ọ́ tán nǹkan tán sọ fún wa, torí ara wọn tán mo ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ bá àwọn kan sọ̀rọ̀ nísìnyí wọ́n ní pé ara wọn pé wọ́n pa àtọkọ àtìyàwó. Tó bá yẹ pé wọ́n wà láyé ni ó dà bẹ́ẹ̀ adúpẹ́, àmọ́ síbẹ̀síbẹ̀ wọ́n ti pa àwọn èèyàn ó lé ní 80 tí wọ́n ti pa lé ní bá ṣe ń gbọ́. Kò dẹ̀ yẹ kó pa èèyàn kankan nú wa bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn kì í ṣe náà. Sọ̀rọ̀ mi yé yín. So ẹ láti máa ṣọ́ ìrìn àwọn aráabí yìí ládùúgbò yín, kẹ́ máa ṣọ́, torí ẹ̀ ló ṣe pàtàkì ráwọn gbèsè pé ká máa ṣe ètò ìpàdé lójoojúmọ́ yẹn. Sọ̀rọ̀ mi yé yín. So àlẹ́ láti máa mọ̀ pé àwọn aráabí wọn gbọ́dọ̀ pọ̀ ju wa lánàá àdúgbò wa torí wọ́n fẹ́ gbalẹ̀ mọ́ wa lọ́wọ́ nìyẹn. Sọ̀rọ̀ mi yé yín. Ó yẹ ká máa bára wa sọ wọn ọ̀rọ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn. Sọ̀rọ̀ gbẹ́ yé mi. So ṣé wọ́n kúrò okay ó ti dà bẹ́ẹ̀ a gbọ́ pé okay. So mo ṣe ń gbọ́ the couple left before the incident, so thankfully. So nínú àwòrán tó wà lókè ń bí gómìnà tẹ̀ ń wò yẹn, gómìnà Bala Mohammed, ó sọ pé àwọn Fúlàní lẹ́tọ̀ọ́ láti di ọmọ ìlú bó wù wọ́n bọ́n bá wá láti Ghana láti Guinea ni o àbí Senegal ni àbí Mali o àbí Niger o àbí Chad o, pé tí wọ́n ti jẹ́ Fúlàní ọmọ Yorùbá náà ni ọmọ ilẹ̀ Nàìjíríà ni wọ́n. So irú kan bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn gbogbo bíi tó ti gbé ń rí àwọn èèyàn àwọn ọmọ ogun nìyẹn, wọ́n ń gbé wọn wọlé wọ̀n ẹ̀ ń ṣara wa. so ara tí àwa ṣe láti máa pèsè dáàbòbò nìyẹn ẹ jọ̀ọ́ ẹ má retí pé bóyá àwọn ọlọ́pàá àbí àwọn àmì wọn máa dáàbòbò yín o púpọ̀ náà àwọn tó ń wọ aṣọ kakí yẹn ara àwọn tó ń pa wá yẹn tó ń gbé wọlé ni o tó máa ti mú wọn wọlé máa ní pé wọ́n dáríjì wọn tó máa ti wá fún wọn sínú wọ́n ti wá aṣọ wa wọ́n á máa pa wá ó kù sí ọwọ́ àwa èmi àtẹ̀yìn ká pèsè dáàbòbò fúnra wa ní àdúgbò wa báyìí ẹ má dúró dọ̀ àwọn ọlọ́pàá ẹ má dúró dọ̀ àwọn àmì wọ́n fẹ́ gba gbogbo ẹ̀hún náà ní ká ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ ni ẹ á má ṣe yẹn bóyá bá ṣe gan tásìkò bá tó àwa gan àwọn abẹ̀sí nípa gbogbo ẹ̀tì àti iye ọjà bóyá máa bá àwọn ìyá lọ́jà wa sọ̀rọ̀ pé ẹ wá o wọ́n ṣe ń pa wáyé ti tó o ká má ṣe ọjà ká má jáde pé àti ẹ jọ mo dẹ̀ dọ́ gbogbo wa lórí ọ̀rọ̀ ìbò kò sí ìdìbò kankan ní 2023 ẹ gbàgbé ìdìbò wọ́n pa wá àwọn mélòó ló ti jáde sọ̀rọ̀ sí òkè àrí pé Akérédolú jáde sọ̀rọ̀ àwọn aṣíwájú yín ṣọ́ ti sọ̀rọ̀ ṣé wọ́n ti sọ̀rọ̀ ṣé wọ́n kí náà rí sọ́rí kínní ṣé ọ̀rọ̀ lẹ́yìn kan máa bá sọ ṣé rí mo tẹ̀ fẹ́ rọ gbogbo wa ń sìn gbogbo àwọn òṣèlú yìí gbogbo àwọn ọ̀jẹ̀lú yìí wọ́n wà ń bẹ̀ ńgbà tí ìjọba tí wọ́n ń wọ inú ilé àwa ọmọ káàrọ̀ jèrè tó ń gba ìbọn lọ́wọ́ wa tí wọ́n fi wá síwájú ewu àwọn ọ̀jẹ̀lú wọn ṣe lọ gba èyí káwọn náà lọ ra ọ̀pá kọ́ wọn gbélé wa lọ́wọ́ pé òkè àti rí pé wọ́n ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn o àmọ́ tiwantiwa o ẹ gbà ẹ dáàbò bora yín bẹ́ẹ̀ wọ́n pèsè dáàbò bò wọ́n dẹ̀ fẹ́ ká máa dìbò wọ́n fẹ́ ká máa dìbò ńgbà ẹ wò ẹ gbàgbé ìbò 2023 forget 2023 all of this bunch of political crooks they are not providing your safety their number one priority is to provide safety and security for the people but they failed. So if they are not providing your safety and security, why should you vote? If they have failed to provide you safety and security, why should you vote in any elections? Like today now, have they failed the people that have died? And that is reason enough for us to go for self-determination. Say no to 2023 elections. Say a loud no to 2023 elections. It is very important that we say that. Say a loud no. I'm sorry if I'm not reading all your comments. I'm very, very... I'm tired. I've been doing a lot of discussions today, and I'm trying to read as much as I can on various platforms. I will try and reply to some as we go along. But please, 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 do share this broadcast. This is just for an idea for us to think about how we can save ourselves. Nobody else is going to do it for us. I promise you, nobody else is going to do it for us. You know? Yeah, it's better to... Yeah, exactly. So, yes, we have to shut down. Yes, we have to shut down the churches and the mosques and everything else. So if you're watching this broadcast on Citizen AY on the Duduwa TV radio, please subscribe to Citizen AY on YouTube. Go ahead and subscribe to Citizen AY on YouTube. Help us with the platform because we're trying to give you much information. The kind of information we're providing now is we are not interested in wringing our hands. We are thinking about proactive actions that you can take to save your lives on the ground. Critical steps. Ìgbésẹ̀ wo lẹ lè gbé láti rí pé ẹ dáàbò bo ẹ̀mí yín òun làwa bá wá lórí ètò lálẹ́ yìí a fẹ́ sọ̀rọ̀ pé lágbájá ṣe kíní kan èèpà kí la máa ti máa ṣe o ìsápá máa ṣe o gbogbo yẹn kò dáàbò bo ẹ̀mí n ta máa ṣe ni pé ìgbésẹ̀ wo la ń ká gbé àwọn ìgbésẹ̀ yẹn la dẹ̀ mú wá sìn kì í ṣe pé gbogbo àwọn nǹkan tó wà ń bí báyìí púpọ̀ tẹ̀ ní báyìí àbá ni pé ká lè gbéyẹ̀wò sọ̀rọ̀ mi yẹn yín àwọn púpọ̀ nínú tẹ́gbọ́n yẹn àbá ni.
And of course, we will try more.
So nǹkan tí mo kàn fẹ́ sọ náà nìyẹn. So lórí eléyìí sìn àwọn ní ọkọ̀ ńlá tó ń gbé epo yẹn ẹ jọ̀ọ́ ẹ má jẹ́ kó dúró sádùúgbò yìí tẹ́ bá ti rí pọ́n ti ń àwọn Fúlàní mo gbọ́ pé ọmọ Fúlàní kan ó wa ọkọ̀ yẹn pa ọkùnrin kan so wọ́n á fẹ́ dá dúró wọ́n fẹ́ sá lọ so ńgbà tó wá ó ṣàpá bó ti pọ̀ ọkùnrin yẹn sí òun náà wá ti wá bẹ̀ sí ní bá wọn jà so wọ́n bá ti tẹ̀ yanjú ẹ̀ síbẹ̀ yẹn so gbogbo àwọn kan bẹ́ẹ̀ ẹ má jẹ́ kó dúró sádùúgbò yìí torí tí kíní ẹ bá gbaná báyìí ó máa pa àìmọye àwọn èèyàn so àwọn kan bẹ́ẹ̀ kẹ́ máa mójútó torí náà ó ṣe pàtàkì kí a máa ní ètò ìpàdé láàrin gbogbo àwa ọmọ àdúgbò kan náà sádùúgbò kejì ká lè mọ tó ń lọ ká lè má fi ọ̀rọ̀ jómitóró láàrin àwa ká lè má tètè pèsè dáàbòbò torí àwọn arábí wọ́n ti wọlé tiwa láàrin tán wọ́n lọ sí inú ilé ẹ̀sìn wọ́n dẹ̀ pa àwọn èèyàn bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn a ní orí ọmọ kan wọ́n yìnbọn báyìí ó fún yẹn fọ́ kúrò ń bẹ̀ ẹ jọ̀ọ́ o ẹ jẹ́ ká múra ọ̀rọ̀ ti kọjá sísọ ṣíṣe ló kàn fún wa báyìí ẹ jọ̀ọ́ ẹ jẹ́ kí n tọ́ sí ojú òpó lẹ̀ tí èèyàn kan bá fẹ́ pè àbí tí wọ́n fẹ́ sọ̀rọ̀ pé wọlé kẹ́ sọ̀rọ̀ kan àbí méjì ẹ jẹ́ kí wọ́n ná torí mi mo kàn tẹ ẹ̀yẹ ń wọná ẹni tó bá fẹ́ sọ̀rọ̀ ẹ bá fẹ́ pè wọlé ẹ lè pè wọlé +44 799 580 606 ẹ jẹ́ kí n wo ná ń bọ̀ mọ̀ pé àwọn kan sọ̀rọ̀ lẹ́ẹ̀kan ọba mọ́ sìn iṣẹ́ rí nǹkan tá a fẹ́ ṣe ń sìn ni pé kí gbogbo wa ká múra lẹ̀ torí bá ṣe sọ gbogbo àdúgbò sádùúgbò tó bá tá bá tẹ̀ kọ́kọ́ bẹ̀rẹ̀ yẹn ná then àwọn kan tá nílò láti fi ṣe kan bẹ́ẹ̀ ó lè ṣeé ṣe kí àwọn yẹn kan rí ọ̀nà kan gbà wọlé àbí méjì àmọ́ tí a bá pèsè irú nǹkan bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn ó kàn máa jẹ́ pé kélekèle àmọ́ ó máa da kí gbogbo àdúgbò kan sádùúgbò kejì ká ní ètò ìdáàbòbò yẹn ká ti máa bẹ̀ sí ṣe ètò yẹn ká ti máa múra ẹ̀ lẹ̀ ẹlẹ́yìn yẹn àwọn nǹkan tí àwọn èèyàn bá dẹ̀ wà rẹ̀ máa ṣe láti fi ṣe ìrànlọ́wọ́ fún àdúgbò kan sádùúgbò kejì èèyàn á rọrùn láti jẹ́ pé gbogbo yín ẹ ti múra lẹ̀ sórí pàtàkì torí ẹ wo ránṣìn náà irú gbogbo wọn ṣe pa àwọn èèyàn sí kiri church kiri yẹn ó pọ̀ sọ̀rọ̀ mi yẹn yín ẹ jẹ́ kí ẹni tó bá fẹ́ pè wọlé ẹ lè pè wọlé àti tan fóònù yẹn lẹ́sìn so a lè sọ gbólóhùn àbí méjì lórí ntẹ́gbọ́ tẹ́yìn náà bá lẹ́nu ẹ̀ àbá torí gbogbo èèyàn kan kì í mọ̀ tó èèyàn kan kì í jáwádé bó ṣe ń sọ sọ̀rọ̀ mi yé yín. so ẹ wò ibi tí ọ̀rọ̀ wà ń sìn arábì ẹ̀rọ arábì wọn ò fẹ́ kí a ṣe àṣeyọrí lórí ọ̀rọ̀ òmìnira wa wọ́n fẹ́ wọ́n kọ̀ ó dẹ̀ ti ṣe é ṣe fún wa àwa ló wá kù sọ́wọ́ ẹ̀ tẹ́rí àwọn tí wọ́n pera wọn ní olórí wa àwọn ọ̀jẹ̀lú wa àwọn ni ó yẹ ká kọjú sí sìn wọ́n ń béèrè fún wa wọ́n ń béèrè lọ́wọ́ wa pé ẹ má bínú mò ń bọ̀ wọ́n sọ fún wa pé kàdìbò fáwọn tó bá di kàdáǹgẹ̀dá ń ṣe ẹ wò wọ́n pa àwọn èèyàn àárí wọn ó ṣe jẹ́ pé lẹ́yìn ìgbà tí wọ́n ti wá pa àwọn èèyàn ẹ wá rí àwọn mọ́tò ńlá pẹ̀lú bọn àmọ́ ńgbà tó ń pa àwọn èèyàn wá wọn ò sí nítòsí o so gbogbo nǹkan báyìí ìyẹn túmọ̀ pé àwa gan ní ká pèsè ìdáàbòbò fúnra wa sọ̀rọ̀ mi yé yín àwa gangan ní ká pèsè ìdáàbòbò fúnra wa tí ta bá ń dúró de tọ̀dọ̀ wọn ọlọ́mọ àjẹ́ ká sọ̀rọ̀ mi yé yín so ètò tán tí mo tẹ̀ tó fẹ́ mẹ́nuba gbogbo tẹ́rí tí àwọn Fúlàní táwọn bá ti pọ̀ jù ládùúgbò kan ẹ jẹ́ ká wá nǹkan kan ṣe sí ọ̀rọ̀ yẹn a gbọ́dọ̀ torí àwa lọmọ onílẹ̀ àwọn aráàbí wọn ṣára wa wọ́n fẹ́ gbalẹ̀ lọ́wọ́ tipátipá ni àwa ló ṣe gbogbo àwọn ní àwọn ìṣẹ̀ṣe àbáláyé wa gbogbo àwọn kan bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn ẹ jọ̀ọ́ gbogbo àdúgbò ká fi ṣe tó yẹ ká ṣe àwọn tó yẹ ká kọjú ìjà sí ìrìnsẹ̀ mọ̀ torí nígbà tá a bá ń ṣèpàdé láàrin ara wa à lè kọjú sí wọn àmọ́ tá a bá kàn dá dúró lágbájá ló ń ṣe mí kíní nímọ̀ pé ìjọba ṣe é àwọn tó ń fún wa ní ìnira jù pátá ní gbogbo orílẹ̀ tó wà lẹ́yìn níjọba wa àwọn ọ̀dẹ̀ ló ń darí wa nínú ìjọba àwọn Fúlàní pẹ̀lú àwọn ọ̀dẹ̀lú tí wọ́n ń rí jẹ nínú màdàrú sọ̀rọ̀ mi yé yín ilé ìta pé ń kọjú síra wa kíní kan ló ṣe mí tàmẹ̀dọ̀ ló ń ṣe mí irọ́ ìjọba ní ìnira tíjọba kó gbogbo wa sí ló fa gbogbo oríṣiríṣi táwọ̀ yìí wọ́n lè tí wọ́n á pa wá díẹ̀díẹ̀ wọ́n ti ń pa wá àkàn lè máa wò ẹjọ́ mo rọ gbogbo wa ní ẹ jẹ́ ká gbégbèsè yìí ẹni tó bá fẹ́ pè wọlé ẹ lè pè wọlé sí +44 739 580 606 bóyá a lè sọ gbólóhùn kan méjì mo mọ̀ pé ilẹ̀ ti ṣú náà ọjọ́ ti lọ àmọ́ mo ní pé kí n kún ọ̀rọ̀ ìwà náà ká tẹ̀ kọ́kọ́ fi gbọ́ ká fi sọ gbólóhùn kan méjì máa play àwọn fídíò kan tó bá ṣe é ṣe tí kẹgbọ́n nǹkan tí ìyá yìí tí wọ́n sọ tán sọ pa àwọn ọ̀dẹ̀lú wa ara nǹkan tí a ṣe ń sọ pé ká má wulẹ̀ wò wọ́n bíi ká má kà wọ́n kún bí èèyàn torí èèyàn gidi kankan wọ́n ń ṣe èèyàn gidi wọ́n wà ń dúró nǹkan tó yẹ kó pèsè ń sìn kàkà kó pèsè owó ká lè fi ṣe kó pèsè nǹkan tó yẹ kó a máa fi dáàbò bo ara wa báwọn ará ibi ṣe ń pa wá a máa gbé àpò rẹsì ṣé àpò rẹsì ló máa gba ẹ̀mí ìrìnrà àbí tí àwọn tó bá ń bọ̀ tó bá rí pé ẹ̀yin náà pa lọ́wọ́ wọn máa kọ́kọ́ sá sẹ́yìn àmọ́ wọn arábí wọn pèsè ọ̀pá fún yín sọ̀rọ̀ mi yẹn wọn pèsè ọ̀pá ẹ má gbọ́ rí a máa ṣe fún yín ẹ ṣáàdìbò náà ń sìn gbà bá gbẹ̀mí wọn ní dá sọ̀rọ̀ sọ̀rọ̀ mi yẹn ẹ jọ̀ọ́ mo rọ gbogbo wa ni ẹ jẹ́ kí a gbìyànjú lórí ọ̀rọ̀ yìí ó ṣe pàtàkì pé ká rọ àwọn èèyàn wa pé ẹ má gba àwọn aráàbí ìbọ̀ àwa la máa pèsè ìdáàbòbò ara wa ẹ má dúró de àwọn ọ̀jẹ̀lú torí àwọn ọ̀jẹ̀lú yìí wọn ò ní wọn ní ọ̀rọ̀ ti yín lọ́kàn rárá ni bó ṣe fẹ́ gba nǹkan wọn kọ́ lè máa ṣe bó ṣe wù wọ́n òun ni ó wà lọ́kàn wọn ṣọ́nà mi yẹ yín ẹ jẹ́ kí n fi fídíò yìí mo fẹ́ fi fídíò kan hàn yìí má ṣe lè rí má lè rí wá jáde ń bọ̀ àwọn màmá wa kan wọ́n sọ̀rọ̀ ọ̀rọ̀ yẹn dẹ̀ ṣe ọ̀rọ̀ pàtàkì mo yá máa tó fi fídíò tàwọn Fúlàní tán ṣe pọ̀ ládùúgbò bóyá máa fi hàn yín mi ìfẹ́ fi jáyàjá wa o mo fẹ́ ká fi ṣe nǹkan jẹ́ pé ó máa jí gbogbo wa pé ẹ wá o àrà àbí yìí ti dé lóòótọ́ ọ̀rọ̀ yóò dẹ̀ ń ṣe ọ̀rọ̀ pé a kàn máa sọ̀rọ̀ lọ́sàn wọ́n ń sẹ́yìn o bó ni wọ́n tún wá gbà lọ o kì í mú bọ̀ o bọ̀ ẹ jẹ́ kí n wò náà. Close all. Yeah, sure, I know. Okay, mbo. So mo fẹ́ fi àwọn kini yẹn hàn yín sìn. So I'm going to get a picture up shortly. A video of a lady talking about how the bad roads and no hospital, no light, nothing. And it's talking to people, to many of us in diaspora. And I think the message is for all of us. But please, I hope the message that we shared earlier on resonates with you in terms of the 10-point plan. And we need a plan to secure the lives of our people. And I want us all to take that on as something that we can do collectively. It's not something that we should wait for somebody else to oh, okay, I'm going to wait. It's not my problem. It all relates to all of us. This is something that we must all embark upon as a matter of urgency and take it as something that we must really all work together on. So please, I want to urge you all, we must continue to raise the level of awareness. Our people, the only people that can save them, the only way the best way they can save themselves is to work together in a community, in a community spirit. And we need to support the idea of sit at home at some point. We need to organize some kind of sit at home that will mirror what the Biafrans are doing as well. I think it is something, the time has come for us to look at that now. Because the killings are going on relentlessly. Let me show you a video. In fact, there's a video that I want to show you all. If I can find that video. 1 second, please. I hope I will get the video of this, the lady out. I saw it earlier on and I was like, okay, this is something that we want to talk about. But it's all related. The point that we are in now is something that is orchestrated and created by those in government now to take our land. We must prevent it. We must be relentless in our... Look, there's blood. I can't even show you the... Oh, my God. See, look at that. People have been killed in... I mean... You know? So it's painful. You go to school, ASU, herdsmen. Yeah. Bandits. You are hungry for... Nigeria is... Yes, Nigeria is evil. Exactly. So there's a video that I want to try and get to you to watch. And there's a bloody video, a thing that I cannot... let me listen to this one now.
She's posting my picture and be saying that something happened to me and my husband. Please and please. Okay,
she's fine. She's fine. Okay. I'm glad that she's fine. That's good. But here's what we want to look at. There's a lady that I want you to look at here. This is one that happened today. I think I can show this. I can show this one. There's a video that I want to show you about today. It's not blood in it. Now, let me see if I can bring that down. Bring that to you. So to show you what happened today, and I'm going to try and show you a series of videos as we're going through it. I think it's probably better we do that. Let me try and get that to you. So here we are. So I'm going to show you this one. So, you see? You see? You see? I want you to know, look at what they're wearing. That's in their church clothes. So prayer, it's good to pray, but look at that, in the church. You see, this is in Owo. You see? So they are running. Look at that. You see? And your government is not providing you safety and security. None. Zero. Don't count on them. Don't rely on them for anything. So I just want you to look at the picture. They are in their church clothes. They're in their church clothes. And that is very important for us to make sure. We're not saying don't pray as a Christian or Muslim, but your safety in your community, if the police and the army cannot provide it, you need to provide it. You have to provide it. Inu aṣọ àdúrà náà wà yẹn o. Wọ́n láti sá kúrò ní church ni. Kò sí dáàbòbò. Tell me yẹn, kò sí dáàbòbò. Now let me just see if I can get this other video to you. Now, Mongboti, so Akedu said I will hunt them down. Mutigbo. Now, here's what I think you need to do. I don't know. Here's what we should do. I want to use this as an opportunity now to show you what we can do. Now, I'm not saying that it is doable right now, but I'm saying to you, here's what we can do. Sorry, not that one. Sorry. One second. Give me a minute, please. I'll get it down. So let's have a look at this. I'm hoping it will work now. 1 second. Okay, so now here is a man. I'm not quite sure what community this is, but here is a look at this now. This is here is apparently a Fulani man holding an AK-47. I think we're not quite sure what community. Now, what I'm saying is that when you start having discussions in your community, you can take protection like this. Now, what is? Watch now. Watch. He's preparing it in front of the market. Watch this. You see that? You see? Now they all rushed him down. They rushed on him. You see? Right. So you see, what I'm saying is that in our communities, we can defend and protect ourselves with the right plan in place. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying we should go out and attack now, so because somebody will come and say, hey, Titinewa is doing this. Titinewa is saying, Now I'm saying in that picture, you can see the man was being given a gun in the market. Now that could have been gone. That could have gone badly wrong. But because of the interaction of the community, you can see and that is community spirit right there. Community spirit is what you see in action right there. So we need that community spirit to come to life. That's what we're saying here. So I hope many people will not take that and misconstrue what we're saying. We need to provide that kind of action within our community. And I think it is high time that we look at that as something that we can do. Oh, there's a network issue. I'm sorry about this. There is some sort of network issue. I'm not quite sure what is going on. But anyway, look, you can see the picture. Let me play that again. I'll play that again. Play again. So you can see now. You see they rushed him. They pushed him down. You see, they took the gun from him. You see that? So I'm not quite sure because I think they said it might have happened earlier on. So look, it's not about Obasanjo alone. Look, listen, we are where we are now. We are going for self-determination, and I think it's important to know that. So let me see if I can I do this in slow motion? I'll try and do it in slow motion. Can I do that? No, I can't. Okay, but anyway, I'll play it again so you can see, and the quickness of those people there saved him. Can you see that? Can you see that?
Mr.
So, very important. I don't want us to feel that we are helpless in this situation now. When we plan in our communities, we can carry out this and thwart the plans of those who, you know, I want you to know that the government of Nigeria has actually carried out treason. The federal government of Nigeria has actually carried out treason against its own people. They are pardoning foreigners. How can you pardon 35,000 foreigners who you brought in, and you now beg them to be citizens in our country, give them roles within the army? That means that you're now using them to now attack the indigenous people. That alone is treason. But we now need to take collective action within our communities as Middle Belt, as Yorubas, as Igbos, to protect ourselves. Because the government, by bringing in foreigners, telling us that they are Fulanese from Gambia, Fulanese from Senegal, Fulanese from Mali, from Chad, from Niger, are Nigerians. By telling us that, that is actually treason against the country. The same government that tells us to believe in one indissoluble Nigeria. Don't take my word for it. Let me show you the words to show you how that runs against the same thing that how it exposes the lie of this fraud called One Nigeria. Let me show you the bit I'm talking about. Quickly, I'm going to go here if I can find it. Here we go. I just wanted us to consider that as a point. A government telling us that the Fulanese, and I'll come and talk to you about the Berlin Conference later on. I have another project that will be bringing up about the Berlin Conference shortly. But here is about saving our people first. So let me go here now. So you will hear the words now. You will hear the words. And I want you to think of those words as you are hearing, and think about what Bala Mohammed said in that shoddy document where he talks about, oh, Fulanis are welcome. You know? Yeah. We can't. Exactly. Say no to Nigeria. Exactly. It's time. We need to break up contract. It's a fraud. We cannot come. So they committed treason. And also the fact that they took us into Sharia, turned us to Sharia nation. 12 states. Again, that is they broke Nigeria apart by doing that, by their own hands. Within 2 years of that constitution, and we shouldn't accept it. These are things that we need to take on, expose. I'm just trying to bring the we the people statement at the beginning of this document, if I can find it. It will come up in a minute. Sorry, I'm just trying to show you oaths. You see now. Here we go. Listen to those words, though. Says here. How am I going to do this? I think I may do it this way, because I want you to see. No, I'm going to do it that way. That's fine. You can. Oh, sorry. So I'll do it this way. So you see now, it says, "We, the people of Federal Republic of Nigeria, have firmly and solemnly resolved to live in unity and harmony." Now, how can you live in unity and harmony when your federal government and the state government, Governor Bala Mohammed, and the federal government are actively asking Fulanis to come in from all over Africa into Nigeria? The minute you do that, you have damaged the integrity of what you call contractual Nigeria anyway. That is treason right there. So they talk about resolve to live in unity and harmony as one indivisible, indissoluble sovereign nation under God, dedicated to promotion of inter-African solidarity. You can see this is all lies. And in the same breath, you are now bringing in foreigners into the country. That is treason right there. And you're now putting the prisoners in the army. Let me show you what I mean. 35,000 Boko Haram pardon. Let me see. You see, I'll type it up so you can see what I mean now. So you know what I'm saying here. Here we go. Nigerian army rehabilitates. Can you see that? Let me see if I can find the exact one now. 1 second though. 1 minute. I'm trying to find. There is a quote, and they talked about the 35,000. So let me just get that out. Yeah, okay. I need to find those words for you. You can't find it just yet. So, but anyway, it says here. Let's go here. So they're trying to pretend now. So they've been battling them for more than 10 years, and now they are reintegrating them. How can you reintegrate a foreigner into our army? Remember, Boko Haram, Governor Bala Mohammed said, I've got to give you the figure. I need to find that 35,000. I had it somewhere before. I will come back to it. But I'm just showing you that to have people. So it says here, the regional government of Borno recently announced successful. Listen to the words, though. The regional government of Borno State recently announced the successful reintegration of community of 505 fighters from Islamic terrorist group Boko Haram and splinter group Islamic West African Province. Can you see? Yeah, no elections. So that is actually going against this constitution, the fraudulent constitution. So I just want to bring this to our attention for us to know the fraud that's being perfected against us. Now let me get, there's another document I want to bring. Oh, okay. It looks like this is showing me, is that the one? Can you see me? No, you can't see me up there. So let's go back up here again and do this. Just give me a minute. I'm going to get you, there is a document, there's something I wanted you to see as well. So I'll stop that for a minute. No. So, like I said, I'm not quite sure what state that was in, but let me see what this is. 1 minute, please. There is a lady that I wanted you to look at, and I'm going to bring that to you. And she, oh man, there's pictures, oh, may their souls rest in peace. No, the lady is alive, the lady in that video. So don't worry, she's not dead. But let's be honest, the killings of our people, it is easy to understand why people will make a mistake about the safety of or the survival of one people or the other because of the situation. So let me get this out. Let me get this out to you properly. Okay, so you will see that come up in a minute. If I can get it to here. Let's just put this here. I want you to see this bit for yourself. I want you to, she's going to speak in Yoruba, and we may endeavor to translate it. But I wanted to show you this bit. Here we go. Sorry about that. Now watch this now. Watch this. Listen to this. Listen.
Ẹ̀yin America mo ń kí yín dáadáa ẹ̀yin ọmọ Yorùbá ẹ̀yin gbogbo ẹ̀yin ọmọ okun tẹ́ wà ní America ni mo bá wí gbogbo ẹ̀yin ọmọ Yàgbà ẹ̀yin ọmọ Òwe ẹ̀yin ọmọ Ìjùmú mo ń bá yín wí ṣé iná rí nǹkan tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ sí wa báyìí àwa là ń dìbò fún wọn o hospital ọ̀ràn rẹ̀ la wá sí ilé ìwé kò sí ilé ìwé hospital kò sí hospital adẹ̀ ń dìbò ta ló fẹ́ dìbò ọ̀ràn lélẹ́yìí ọjọ́ tá ti ń dìbò yẹn kò sí kankan wọn kàn ń lò wá bí ẹrú láwa ọmọ okun ni àwọn ègbìrà wọn jọrọ ẹ̀ àwọn ọmọ okun là ń jìyà àwọn aládẹ nìbò tí wọ́n fi ń wọlé ẹ̀yin Amẹ́ríkà ṣe rí ayé báyìí ṣe rí ayé ìyà tí wọ́n fi ń jẹ àwọn ọmọ okun ẹ̀yin ọmọ okun tó wà ní Amẹ́ríkà sẹ́yìn náà rí ayé ṣe rí ìyà tí wọ́n fi ń jẹ àwọn ọmọ okun ó ló jẹ́ kí n wá o láti wá ṣe ìfihàn torí ẹ wà ní Amẹ́ríkà bẹ́ẹ̀ ẹ mọ nǹkan tó ń bá wa ẹ dẹ̀ mọ nǹkan tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ sí wa ìdí tí mo fi gbéra nìyẹn láti jẹ́ kí ó hàn sí yín ọ̀nà tí n bá rìn tí ó bá ti dáa màá tún yà á torí tó bá ti yá ní tí wọ́n lọ ya ọ̀nà Àbújá wọ́n máa gbé fún yín pé wọ́n ti sọ̀nà they has do road they has do this they has do that irọ́ ni wọ́n pa gbogbo ọ̀nà wa ò dáa lọ́sibítù níná lómi àwọn education àwọn ọmọ wa ò dáa ọmọ mi náà kan tó bá sọ Yorùbá bá wọn lè ní school wọn ló sọ fanakula kó lọ mọ owó wá owó yẹn báwọn tíṣà bá gbà náà ẹ̀pà ni wọ́n fìrà jẹ tó dẹ̀ yẹ kó rí bẹ́ẹ̀ àwọn tíṣà wa wá di elébi adáko gbọ́dọ̀ débẹ̀ mọ́ nítorí àwọn Fúlàní bí wọ́n bá rè lápá wọn rè lẹ́sẹ̀ wọ́n gbẹ kaṣú tí wọ́n fi ń ṣe ohun àlùmọ́ọ́nì Fúlàní ló ń ta kaṣú Fúlàní ló ń sa kaṣú wa bàbá dẹ̀ ní ká bá wọn fa wàhálà wọn gé wa lọ́wọ́ wọn gé wa lẹ́sẹ̀ wọn ló kù tó máa fi sà lọ́dọọdún ìdí nìyẹn o mò ń jà fún Kogi ni ọmọ bíbí Kogi ni mí pọ́nbélé ọmọ Odùduwà sì ni mí Odùduwà ló dẹ̀ ní Kogi Hausa kọ́ ló ní Kogi Bororo kọ́ ló ní Kogi so we are ready to quit.
Shegbo, so you heard that now. I hope you hear what she said there. You know, these are the kind of things. Eminence Idowu, I understand you that you said, please, can you stop this broadcast? So many of our people have been killed and many between life and death in hospital. It's very painful. Yeah, but that's one of the reasons why we're doing this broadcast. We need to raise the level of awareness in our communities. We're not doing this for the sake of just saying it. We're not just coming. We want our communities to equip themselves. You see, one of the things I'm going to say tonight, it's going to be uncomfortable to hear. But I want you to know that the wealth that is being used to oppress us is in our land. And it is time that we reclaim that back collectively. It is taking back sovereignty is the only way we can achieve this. No matter how much money that we abroad give you guys at home, it will never be enough. Because we are working hard to try and get that money together. But I'm telling you that the source of that income is the resources in our land. And the quicker you at home realize that and work together in your community to secure not only your lives, but your land, the more we can all come out of this and declare and have Yoruba nation. That is the plain fact. So my brother, please do not take offense in it. In this, I understand you, and like I said, I've said, talked about remembering those who died, and please, we need to continue to work forward. So the killing must stop. Our community, if you just keep doing it on your own, it won't work. We have to do it community by community, literally, and everybody's involved in this. So that's what I wanted to bring to you tonight. Once again, I wanted to just show you, those of you who still may have about this idea of, this is what happened earlier on. And it's, they're running, You see? You see? Where's the army? Where's the police? These guys, the police are supporting the Fulani terrorists. See? You see? That's a gutter. They're running. So, I can't verify that video, obviously, but I'm just showing you that these are things that we need to really take on, Yes, to get off the streets in Lagos and return to their villages. That's what we need to do. I agree with you. Those in the communities, you need to go back and protect those communities, because that's where the riches of the land are, in our communities. And they don't want us to know that. The gold, the silver, everything that you're looking at, the riches, the bitumen, the oil, the gas, all of this stuff, they know that it's in our soil, and they don't want us to connect ourselves to it. It's time we woke up. But we need to, like I said, let me show you that right up again. For those of you who may not see it, do you want to just quickly go through this again? Let me go from the beginning. Okay. Let me just do this. So here's a 10-point plan. I'm going to just show it. I'm not going to play it all now. We're here to look at 10-point plan. Every community, I'm sure if you looked at this video, you can, this broadcast, you can pick up something from this. A 10-point plan. Very simple thing that we can do in our community. Vigilance. Number one, be aware. What is going on? Who's coming in? Who's going out? How many of these non-indigenous people are coming into your area? If they're coming in, they're trying to do something there. Number two, tracking their movement. Tracking, okay, if they're moving from one place within your community, you need to know where they're moving, because that way you can plan and protect yourselves and make sure that they're not suddenly coming in and taking it over. That kind of thing too. They're moving about in numbers of twos in our community. These are things that we need to do. It's very, very important. That you've seen Governor Bala Mohammed, like I said, he's telling Fulanis to come into our country, even though they're from Gambia, Senegal, Mali, Niger, Chad, all of the Mauritania, or all of these places, that they're not from our part. And they're telling us that's the act of that's treason. What they're doing is treason right there. But, this is why we are justified in going for Yoruba Nation. And I say to you all, we should say no to any elections. The killings of our people is in clearest evidence that we need to break away from contract in Nigeria. So that's what I wanted to stay there. Now,
and of course.
No, I don't want to do that. Now, watch out for tankers in your area. Send them away from your area because they will normally park it somewhere and an explosion will go off and they will destroy the market, they will destroy the community, and the government doesn't pay. Have you noticed the federal government, they don't pay compensations if you're a southerner. But if you're a northerner, Tinubu will go and pay your community 500 million naira. But southerners or middle belters, he doesn't see it. It's time to break it up. It really is time to break up contract in Nigeria. So here, rethink about those of you that are appointing Fulanis and officers as your security guard, may God, be very, very careful. Are you sure you're not inviting death to your family? Are you sure? I want you to think about that very, very well. Be very, very clear about that. Are you sure that you're not inadvertently inviting death into your own community? Let me bring this back. 1 second, please. Where is it? We'll bring it back in a minute. I'm just trying to get it back. Oh, sorry, not that one. So now here we are. So let's go back here. Where is it? Sorry about that. 1 second. We will bring it back presently. Okay. So now we're going to do this quickly. Yeah, I can leave that and then give me a minute, please. Sorry about this. I know I had it somewhere. Is that it? Okay, yeah. It may be that one. I'm going to wing it anyway. Let's try. Share screen. Share. Okay. Sorry about that. No, I'm just going to check. Stop share. Let's do it again. Okay. Okay, do this. Okay, anyway, so I'm just wanting to just show you, plan to have, open community spaces safe for indigenes. But you have to make sure that those areas, where there are open spaces, they have to be safe. That means you have to track who is coming in and out of that community and make sure it's safe. Working together is the only way we can do that. Again, you cannot trust the police or the army. Like I said, the army, they've pardoned 35,000 minimum since 2015. Minimum of 35,000 Boko Haram. And they're in the army, and of course they are in the South and Middle Belt. And we need to really be aware. So here, our communities have been abandoned by the federal government and the state government. You don't look for them for safety or security or compensation. They will never give you any of those things. That is one more reason we should go for self-determination and say no to contract in Nigeria. Break it up. It's a fraud. Now here, healthcare needs. You need to devise a plan. Every time there's an attack, do you have an emergency place where we can take care of your people? You need to have supplies stored up where people can be saved and protected and their lives made easier. Those are the kind of things that I'm talking about. 1 second, please. There's something not quite right here. And I can't quite work out why it's doing that. Is this it? Okay, let's do this. Okay. Okay. Okay, that's better. Yeah, that's it. Okay. Anyway, so I wanted you to be able to see my face. So healthcare needs is very important because I wanted you to be able to see my face when we're talking about this. Sorry. Goodness me. Yeah, we'll get there in the end. Don't worry. We'll get there in the end. So now let's go back a touch because I wanted you to. So that's where we are. So healthcare needs. I'll probably do more video, do more work on this video and give you a bit more, insight into it, because I'm trying to make sure it really is simple thing for us to be able to follow. The healthcare needs, for example, right now, every community, because we know we will have attack, we need to have a place that's going to be designated as a place for treatment of people attacked in emergency. The state government will not do it for you. The local government will not do it for you. The federal government will not do it for you. You have to do it yourselves. These are the plans that we need. What place and how can we protect that place? These are the things. If we're just waiting, then we need it, then it's not available. We need to plan that. That is why the community must stand. This is a very important thing we need to have. So plan for emergency healthcare needs due to increased attack carried out by Fulani terrorists. Monitoring and ensuring the safety of that facility is paramount. So these are things that we need to, in our community, those areas must be areas that is no-go, that we can protect ourselves and know that it is a place that we can go and take care of ourselves immediately to save lives. Very, very important. Now, next one. Go here. So encourage all indigenous people to plan collectively for likely increase in sporadic attacks by non-indigenous people enforced upon indigents by, of course, what? The federal government of Nigeria. So regular town hall meetings is something that we will definitely be urging you to consider strongly and take action to ensure that takes place. Regular meetings. It's very important that is something that will happen on a regular basis. So 1 second, I'm just trying to just check a thing I need to. 1 second, please. Maybe I'm just trying to make sure I've got this. So anyway, whilst I'm looking for this, I want us all to just think about that. I guess it is important also to state that if we do not plan, we cannot rely on this government for anything. So every step that we're taking now in planning and making sure that we know this is something that we have in place. We must plan in our communities right now. We cannot wait for anybody else to do it for us. One, ní bá wa ṣe o, àwa la máa ṣe fúnra wa. Ẹ jẹ́ ká ṣètò yẹn. Ká máa ní ìpàdé ní gbogbo àwọn àdúgbò wa, àdúgbò sádùgbò, ẹ ní ìpàdé ètò. Àwọn wo ló ń wọlé, àwọn ló ń bọ̀. Wọ́n ń bọ̀ láti gbòòrò bẹ̀yẹn o. Àwọn ń bọ̀ lọ́dún bíbá yìí o. Kí ìgbésẹ̀ wo lẹ ń gbé? Ṣé ti múra? Ṣé ti ní kankan bí? Ṣé ti ilé ìwòsàn tí ká máa pèsè fún tẹ́ pé àwọn tó máa ṣe lójijì kan lè wà láyé ṣá ti pèsè ẹ̀ orúkọ bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn irú àwọn wo náà lè jẹ́ pé wọ́n máa ṣe àwọn láti pèsè ìdáàbòbò àwọn nǹkan bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn láti ṣe oríṣiríṣi ọ̀rọ̀ mi ò fẹ́ sọ gbọ́ ẹ̀ ń bí ṣọ́rọ̀ mi yẹn yín so àwọn nǹkan bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn ṣe pàtàkì ká máa ṣe ní gbogbo àdúgbò sádùgbò ìdílé sídìlé ìgbèríko abúlé sábúlé gbogbo nǹkan báyìí ẹ jẹ́ ká gbé ìgbésẹ̀ yẹn ṣe gbọ́. This is what we will need to do. Benny, yes it is. Benny, ara ẹ̀ náà ni bọ̀tà kákọ́ bẹ̀rẹ̀ pẹ̀lú èrè náà. Now, eléyìí scenarios yìí ṣe pàtàkì. Bí irú ẹ̀ ń wo nǹkan bí nǹkan ṣe máa bó ṣe máa wáyé. Ẹ̀ ń ṣètò bí àwọn nǹkan ṣe máa wáyé. Òkè tí nǹkan kan bá ṣe tán máa ṣe oríṣiríṣi jàǹbá tán ṣe nínú church ní bó ṣe lé nísìn. Kí la lè ṣe sí? Ṣé a ní ibi tá ilé ìwòsàn? Ṣé a ní nǹkan kan tá lè fi tì wọ́n sẹ́yìn? Gbogbo àwọn nǹkan bẹ́ẹ̀ a máa ṣe àwọn ṣe bíi drill ẹ ti gbéyẹ̀wò so tẹ bá ti ṣe irú nǹkan bẹ́ẹ̀ bí ẹ̀ẹ̀mejì bí ẹ̀ẹ̀mẹ́ta tó bá wáyé báyìí oníkálùkù àti mọ ipa tó máa kónú láti dá kíní yẹn dúró àmọ́ à ń ṣètò yẹn àmọ́ tá a bá sọ̀rọ̀ láàrin àwa ní gbogbo àwọn àdúgbò wa kò lè wáyé ẹ jọ̀ọ́ mo rọ gbogbo ọmọ káàròjire ìgbésẹ̀ yìí ṣe pàtàkì eléyìí gangan ó ṣe pàtàkì mi ò fẹ́ fi gbogbo ẹnu sọ ohun tó yẹ ká ṣe mi ò fẹ́ mẹ́nu bà àwọn nǹkan tí ẹ mọ̀ àmọ́ ó ṣe pàtàkì ká bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní ṣe ètò yìí báyìí torí àwọn ogun ti wọlé ẹ má jà tán ara wa jẹ àmọ́ tá a bá ń bára wa sọ̀rọ̀ ní gbogbo àwọn àdúgbò wa ní gbogbo abúlé wa ní gbogbo àwọn ìpínlẹ̀ wa tá a bá ń bára wa sọ̀rọ̀ tá à ń ṣe àwọn ètò yẹn tá à ń múra lẹ̀ fún wọn àwọn gan á ṣòro fún wọn láti máa rìn lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ bá ṣe sọ̀rọ̀ lọ́ba yìí sìn wọ́n yan fanda ní torí wọ́n mọ̀ pé àbára wa sọ kankan a kàn ń pariwo ni gbogbo a kàn ń pariwo àmọ́ tá a bá ń ṣe abúlé sábúlé àdúgbò sádùgbò ìpínlẹ̀ sí ìpínlẹ̀ tá a bá ń ṣe àti gbégbèsè báyìí o ṣe ti gbégbèsè báyìí o àwọn kan máa bẹ yẹn o kẹ́dẹ̀ máa bára yín sọ̀rọ̀ kẹ́ máa ṣe ẹ jẹ́ kọ́kọ́ bẹ̀rẹ̀ yẹn ná àwa wo bí nǹkan ṣe máa lọ ṣọ́rọ̀ mi yé yín so gbogbo kíní yìí ṣe pàtàkì nínú àwọn ọ̀rọ̀ tá à ń sọ yìí sórí mo fẹ́ kẹ́ ní kíní yẹn plan of action ìgbésẹ̀ àwọn ètò lórí ìgbésẹ̀ tẹ́ máa gbé ní ìpínlẹ̀ kọ̀ọ̀kan pé nǹkan báyìí o báyìí o tí nǹkan báyìí la máa ṣe o àwọn báyìí máa tó sí o pàtàkì jùlọ ṣe rí àwọn àgbẹ̀ wa ẹgbọ́ tí àwọn màmá sọ ń sìn wọ́n ní àti lọ sóko wàhálà torí wọ́n máa ń gbẹ̀yìn lọ́wọ́ àwọn ètò báyẹn tá a bá ń ṣe tá a bá kàn ń dúró pé ẹ má dúró dá àwọn ìjọba yìí àwọn ìjọba àwọn mojèmojè níjọba yìí àwọn ìjọba gangan ló ń gbé àwọn tó ń pa wá ìwọlé àwọn ló ń fún wọn níwèé ìlú ìjọba yìí ló ń fún wọn níwèé ìlú wọ́n ń gbé àwọn ọmọ tí wọ́n ń ṣọmọ ìlú àwọn tán wá láti Guinea tán wá láti Senegal tán wá láti Mali tán wá láti Chad tán wá láti Niger tán wá láti oríṣiríṣi ibòmíì tí wọ́n ń ṣọmọ ìlú wa wọ́n gbé wọn wọlé láti wá gbalẹ̀ mọ́ wa lọ́wọ́ torí náà tẹ́ bá lọ ń gbọ́kànlé wọn Nàìjíríà tẹ́ ń sọ yẹn wọ́n fẹ́ gbalẹ̀ mọ́ yín lọ́wọ́ ni ẹ má gbàgbé ipa ìdìbò yẹn wọ́n fi bò yín lójú ní 2023 kò gbọdọ̀ wáyé ẹ má jẹ́ ká dìbò àwọn gbogbo àwọn tó sọ wípé àwọn fẹ́ di president òṣìwò níbo ibo wọ́n ti pa wá tán àsìkò tó kí gbogbo ká dúró papọ̀ ẹjọ́ o mo rọ gbogbo nǹkan òjòrè àwọn ibo sìn mo fẹ́ káwọn kábẹ̀ sí wo bá ṣe máa gbé ìgbésẹ̀ yẹn àwọn ìyá lọ́jà wa ṣé ọ̀nà wà tá a lè ṣe àwọn kọ̀ọ̀kan tá a máa bá wọn sọ̀rọ̀ pé gbogbo pípọ́ tó ń pa wá yìí ká pé ọjà ò tiẹ̀ wáyé mi kankan sìn torí bọ́n ṣe ń pa àwọn èèyàn wa pé ọjà àti ọjà kankan sìn ọjọ́ méjì ọjọ́ mẹ́ta irú nǹkan bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn ẹ mọ̀ so gbogbo àwọn nǹkan bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn àmọ́ nínú àwọn nǹkan bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn ó máa jẹ́ nǹkan tó máa wáyé nínú àwọn ìpàdé ti àwọn àdúgbò sí àdúgbò ara nǹkan tẹ́ máa sọ láàrin ara wa rèé tọrọ mi yẹn yín torí gbogbo tó ń lọ sìn ogun ti wọ̀lú gbogbo ọmọ ká ogun ti wọ̀lú ẹ má jẹ́ ká dá dúró báyìí ogun ti wọ̀lú mo rọ̀ wá ní ẹ jọ̀ọ́ ẹ jẹ́ ká gbé ìgbésẹ̀ yẹn lápapọ̀ wa iṣẹ́ pọ̀ fún gbogbo wa láti ṣe o kò á gbọ́dọ̀ dákẹ́ báyìí gbogbo òun lẹ́wọ̀n yẹn mo fi hàn yín ìbọn tí wọ́n gbà lọ́wọ́ arákùnrin yẹn àdúgbò nǹkan tí àwọn àdúgbò sí àdúgbò tán lè ṣe nìyẹn tán wọ́n máa ṣọ́ gbogbo tó ń lọ wọ́n kàn wọlé wọ́n ṣe tán máa ṣe ni tí gbogbo wa bá gbẹ́rù gbèsè yẹn àìrò á bá wọn àti wọlé sí àdúgbò àwọn ṣọ àwọn ọmọ tó ń ẹrú kan bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn ṣe mọ̀ so mo dẹ̀ fẹ́ ọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀yin ọ̀jẹ̀lú tẹ́ sọ pé ẹ fẹ́ káwọn kan dìbò àwọn tó lè dìbò lọ́mọ àláyé kí lẹ̀ ń ṣe ètò wo lẹ̀ ń ṣe láti rí pé a wà láyé ètò wo lẹ̀ ń ṣe ìgbésẹ̀ wo lẹ̀ ń gbé kẹ́ rí pé àwọn èèyàn wà láyé ẹni kan wá dìbò ìdìbò rọ̀wọ́ àdìbò kọ́kọ́ ẹ má dìbò ẹ má gbà wọ́n gbọ́ wọ́n pọ̀rọ̀ fún yín ni wọ́n purọ́ fún yín ni so mo fẹ́ kí ìyẹn yé gbogbo wa lálẹ́ yìí mo dẹ̀ kọ́nà ọ̀hún dẹ̀ fọ̀run kọ́nà ọ̀hún tẹ́ àwọn owó tí wọ́n ṣàdé tí èmi wọn ti lọ lórí ìjàmbá tí àwọn Fúlàní gbélé wa lórí kí Ọlọ́run tẹ́ wọn sí afẹ́fẹ́ rere kí Èdùmàrè kí ó dúró tì wọ́n kí Ọlọ́run dẹ̀ fún àwọn bí wọn ní agbára okun àtẹgbára láti lè fi gborí gbogbo ìbànújẹ́ yìí láṣẹ Èdùmàrè sọ̀rọ̀ mi yẹn so gbogbo ilé ìta sọ́nsìn bẹ́ẹ̀ ni àfẹ́ àwa ń lọ níṣẹ́ àmọ́ ìgbésẹ̀ yìí ó ṣe pàtàkì ká kọ́kọ́ bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní ṣe ètò ìdáàbòbò ní gbogbo ilẹ̀ káàrọ̀ òjìrì gbogbo ìpínlẹ̀ mẹ́jẹ̀ẹ̀jọ èmi ní Ògùn Ọ̀ṣun Oǹdó Èkìtì Kwara Kogi Èkó àti Èkìtì ẹ má bínú so gbogbo ìpínlẹ̀ mẹ́jọ yẹn ó ṣe pàtàkì pé gbogbo ọmọ káàrọ̀ òjìrì ká máa bára wa ṣe ètò báyìí àkàn ìdáwà gbogbo ìyẹn mọ wá tẹwà ní tẹwà nílùú tẹwà ní àárín ìlú ní ìpínlẹ̀ kọ̀ọ̀kan bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn àsìkò tó ẹ múra ẹjọ́ ẹ náà ẹ bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní wo tó ń lọ ẹ dúró papọ̀ ẹ má kàn dúró pé ẹ kàn dá ẹ kò kàn mí gbogbo wa rí kiri nǹkan ogun ti wọlé títí oṣù kẹjọ lọ́dún yìí ogun gbogbo òlu máa bẹ́ yọ torí náà ẹ jẹ́ káwa gan ta tètè bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní gbégbèsè lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ báyìí o ètò wo là ń ṣe lórí gbogbo kínní aláti máa lọ kódà yé wọn pé tá a bá ti sọ pé à ń lọ adẹ̀ lọ ní gbogbo gbèsè yẹn gbogbo wa ni a ní ipa láti kó nínú ọ̀rọ̀ yẹn ẹ jọ mo rọ̀ wá ní ẹ jẹ́ ká gbégbèsè yẹn a tún máa padà wá o a ti máa sọ àwọn ọ̀rọ̀ kan a máa padà wá àmọ́ mo kàn fẹ́ mẹ́nu bà ọ̀rọ̀ yẹn pé àwọn àbá mẹ́wàá tí àgbélẹ̀ òun la fi hàn yín sìn àbá mẹ́wàá ta ní lórí pé bí a ṣe lè gbé àwọn ìgbésẹ̀ yẹn ní kọ̀ọ̀kan wa ní àwọn àdúgbò wa láti rí pé a pèsè ìdáàbòbò fúnra wa ẹ má dúró pé àwọn oníkakí máa pèsè ìdáàbòbò torí àwọn oníkakí wọ́n ti gbé aṣọ kòkí àwọn oníkakí yẹn wọ́n ti gbé fáwọn oníbòròrò wọ́n ti gbé káwọn fáwọn náà máa wọ̀ so lábẹ́ aṣọ yẹn wọ́n á pa wá Ọlọ́run má jẹ́ ká rí àpagbé o àwa ló wá kù sí lọ́wọ́ sìn ká pèsè ìdáàbòbò fúnra wa ní gbogbo àdúgbò wa àwa ọmọ káàrọ̀ òjìrì àwa ọmọ onílẹ̀ ẹ̀ ká pèsè ìdáàbòbò ẹ má dúró de àwọn àjèjì wọ́n mú aṣọ bí ẹni bí ọmọ ìlú Nàìjíríà àmọ́ irọ́ ni o wọ́n fẹ́ wá gbalẹ̀ mọ́ yín lọ́wọ́ ni ẹ jẹ́ kó yé wa torí náà ó ṣe pàtàkì ká gbé ìgbésẹ̀ yìí ogun ti wọlé ṣẹgbọ́ so bẹ́ẹ̀ ni ogun ti wọlé ogun ni bẹ́ẹ̀ ni ẹ wò a ti ń sọ ṣé nǹkan mo ti ń sọ láti jẹ́ mo ti ń sọ bàtà àwọn èèyàn ń sìn ó ti wá kàn lára Alàgbà Waris. So all of us now, I just want to just take this opportunity to say thank you very much for watching. I'll be back later on. There might be other broadcasts. I may be able to join some other live broadcasts at some point. But what I wanted to do is to, above all, raise the level of awareness in our communities. Look, war is upon us. I've shown you the video. I might play this video again. There might be some updates in it, but there are other things we'll be bringing on board as well. But what I want above all is to thank you all for watching this broadcast, and thank you for watching the earlier on as well. But what I want to do is to make sure that we all take collective action together within our communities as Middle Belt and as Yorubas. Our communities must work together. It is a must. And we must also be looking into the option of working and partnering with Biafrans as to how to sit at home in a way that is very effective. And we have to tweak it to suit each of us as Yorubas, as Middle Belt. But we need to, first of all, anybody that can do that has the people who survive, who are able to push back against the onslaught of the Fulanis in our communities. Ogun State is not safe. Lagos, you saw the number of people in Lagos, the Fulanis, who are, I don't want to just say it alone. I'm going to show you the video. Let me get you the video. And that will give you the sense of the urgency of the situation that we're in and the need for us to really work on how we are going to put a stop to this nonsense. We cannot continue to accept this nonsense. This is utter nonsense that people are being killed and we're standing here still having to have some sort of think, we can talk to these people. No, it needs collective action. We need to take collective action to actually say no to this nonsense. This is the killing of our people by these terrorists, brought in by our own government, using our own funds. The sickening thing about all of this is they are using our own funds to bring in terrorists who are going to kill the indigenous people to whom those funds they took from in the first place. From whom they took our funds to use to kill us. And this is what why we really must wake up. I want to really ask you, one second, please. I'm just trying to get this thing up, and once it gets up, I will show you. One second, I'm just trying to get that up. I just need to find. It's not even 2 weeks when we spoke about the fact that the people who are being but somebody was killed in Oro State and they cleared the bushes. Not even 2 weeks, and now we now see that this is it's sickening. It is sickening. So let me just. I'm trying to get the video. I know I have it somewhere, but obviously I cannot see it. Let me see. So just bear with me. I'm trying to locate this video. Here we go. That's the one. This is the one I want you to look at. That is the enormity of what we face. So let's do this. This is the video that I want you to look at. Watch this video. No. Sorry. Not that one. Not that one. I think I probably moved too far. Let me go. The one I want you to do, they are thieves and they're crooks. But there's the one where the Fulanis, there's a lot of them in one place. And that is very worrying. For those of us who are watching this, we need to make sure that in Lagos, to have that many Fulanis in our community and nobody says anything, that is alarming. That is very alarming. And we should not allow that to happen any longer. We should not be accepting that in any way, shape, or form. It really is a slap in our faces. I'm just going to get this video. If I can find it. It is proven. Oh, is it not here? A second, please. I will find it. I just need to make sure that it's understood. No. No. Oh. No. 1 second, please. Okay, let's go another route. There's another route I'm going to look for it at. Let me just check. So, look, please, we can take action ourselves. And I urge us to really take those steps. Don't be dissuaded. Don't be disheartened. May the souls of those that were killed, may their souls rest in peace. And we should, in their name, protect our communities collectively. We cannot do this on our own. I urge you, Ledache, you cannot, no individual can rescue us. It needs collective spirit. And that's what we're trying to re-emphasize so that we all understand that. We need collective effort. Here we go. Here we go. That's it. Now, I'm showing you. See that? So let me just do this. I don't know what's happened there. Hopefully it'll work. So there we are. That's demo. So it's frozen, but you can. That's them there. So that is in Lagos. That is in Lagos. We mustn't turn a blind eye to this. We need to work together. So I want to thank you all for watching me tonight. I'll be back later on. I'll give you some more updates. Ma tún padà wá ná. Ẹ má bínú, mo láti lọ sinmi díẹ̀. Ẹ má padà wá. Tí bá ṣe alẹ́ ajé àárọ̀ ọ̀la, mo tún tètè jí wá. Mo dẹ̀ máa jẹ́ kí kó tún yé wa. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́ scenarios. Ètò yẹn ni pé ìgbésẹ̀ wo tí nǹkan báyìí bá wáyé nǹkan báyìí la lè ṣe àmọ́ tá a bá jíròrò láàrin wa a lè ṣe n tó dẹ̀ dájú bẹ́ẹ̀ ni pé ó wà láàrin yín tẹ́ bá ṣe ń bẹ̀ yẹn àwa táwa ń ta nímọ̀ àmọ́ tẹ́ bá gbé ìgbésẹ̀ yẹn ẹ ti múra lẹ̀ nìyẹn ara múra lẹ̀ nìyẹn nǹkan bẹ́ẹ̀ ó ṣe pàtàkì ká ṣe irú nǹkan bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn pé ẹ wo tí a bá lè pèsè dáàbòbò ẹ má ní mọ́ṣáláṣí àti ilé ìwòsàn àti ilé ìwé ẹ má jẹ́ ká ṣí kankan bẹ̀ yẹn ẹ jẹ́ ká ní abúlé kọ̀ọ̀kan abúlé sí abúlé ètò ìdáàbòbò ó ṣe kókó pé ká máa sọ̀rọ̀ láàrin ara wa lójoojúmọ́ kódà lọ́sẹ̀ọ̀sẹ̀ ká ṣe ètò ìdáàbòbò fáwọn àgbẹ̀ wa tán lọ sóko àwọn nǹkan bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn ètò ìdáàbòbò fún gbogbo aráàlú ibi táwọn ọ̀rọ̀ abẹ tán péjọ sí aláti mójútó gbogbo nǹkan bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn sọ̀rọ̀ mi yé yín èmi fẹ́ gbogbo ẹnu sọ̀rọ̀ ẹjọ́ àwọn oníṣẹ̀ṣe tẹ̀bádẹ́ ní nǹkan tẹ́ lè fi ṣe ẹ̀rọ mi yé yín alọ́ra mẹ́ra mi ti yé yín tá à ń lọ gbogbo ẹ̀ náà ni àtàwọn tọ̀pá náà ó máa jára àwọn ọ̀rọ̀ tá a máa sọ mi ò fẹ́ fi gbogbo ẹnu sọ̀rọ̀ àmọ́ ẹ wo ẹjọ́ mo rọ gbogbo wa ni kò ní sú wa kò ní rẹ̀ wá ẹ jẹ́ ká gbìyànjú ká tún tẹ̀síwájú lórí tá à ń sọ yìí torí gbogbo wa ni kìíní ló kàn á dẹ̀ ṣe fún wọn láṣẹ Èdùmàrè a máa padà wá ná láìpẹ́ yìí a tún máa sọ àwọn ọ̀rọ̀ kan àbí méjì lórí àwọn ohun tí ó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ yìí ẹ jọ̀ọ́ ọ̀rọ̀ wa ẹ jẹ́ kí gbogbo wa ká túbọ̀ sowọ́pọ̀ iṣẹ́ gbogbo wa ni torí àǹfààní tó wà ń bẹ àǹfààní gbogbo wa ní lápapọ̀ gbogbo ọmọ káàrọ̀ oòjíire torí náà ẹ jẹ́ ká jọ gbégbèsè lápapọ̀ ká gba òmìnira yìí ìyà yìí ti tó wọ́n ti wọlé sí ogun ti dé o ẹ jẹ́ kí káwa gan káwa gbàdàdì káwa dá wọn padà síbi tí wọ́n ti gbé wá ká dá wọn padà wọn sára wa wọ́n dẹ̀ ti adéjì àwọn àlejò wọ́n fẹ́ wá gbalé mọ́ wa lọ́wọ́ àwọn ò gbọ́dọ̀ gbà o àríjù báyìí lọ o ẹ ṣeun we're gonna stop now. I want to say thank you very much for those of you following us. You're watching Season Wide. The platform, sorry about this. Let me just put it here. I want to say thank you for those of you who've been watching us all this while. We appreciate your support. We appreciate you spreading the broadcast. Please do continue to share. It's very important that we continue to raise the level of awareness. The injustice has gone on for long enough. Now it's time for us to take collective action by working together. And we need to achieve this as a collective, as Igbos, as Middle Belt, as Biafrans. The killings, I want you to know that the money that can be used for fixing our roads, our hospitals, our healthcare is being used to buy weapons and arms and AK-47s for Fulani terrorists that the federal government has invited from all over West Africa to come in and kill the indigenous people. It is up towards the indigenous people to work together in union and to riposte and to repel this foreign invasion that our own federal government has actually imposed upon us. The federal government funding Fulanis from across the whole of West Africa. That is treason in and of itself. That alone is treason. This is something that is not being mentioned by those who are so-called who are knowledgeable in this field. That's ground alone for us as indigenous people to break away from contemporary Nigeria. We say no to any elections. Nobody's safe. You cannot tell us to come and vote in any election where the lives of our people are being taken like though they're chickens, and there's no compensation, and a full animal will kill at will, no persecution. We say no more. We're going for self-determination as Middle Belt, as Igbos, and as Yorubas, and we continue to work together. Our communities, we need to mobilize ourselves, provide our own safety and security. We can no longer trust the military. The military have got 35,000 minimum, 35,000 foreigners in it who are now being told to become the army that we should rely on. Any foreigner in that army, they have an agenda. The agenda is to take over your land. You need to be very clear about that. So you cannot trust that army. You cannot. And they say they're rehabilitating foreigners. What should happen is they should be sent back to where they came from. But they don't want to send them back. And that's the reality. And these are the things that we need to talk about and we need to highlight to our people. So I want to urge you all, please, when you get the broadcast, please to share it. You're watching Citizen AY on the Oduduwa TV radio. We are doing a mixture of Yoruba and Igbo. Because it's frantic, we need to get this message out there. We'll be back later on. I thank you for watching. Before I go, I'm going to have a minute silence. Let me do that right now. I'm going to have a minute silence for the lives of those that were killed. And in fact, if I can, I'll do a timer now. I'm going to take a minute silence to remember the names and the life of those who were killed. 1 minute, literally 1 minute. So let's go ahead now. So we're going to do 1 minute silence, then I'll sing the national anthem in their honor before we go. So Mashi ìṣẹ́jú kan ká dúró fún ìṣẹ́jú kan fún àwọn tí wọ́n ṣaláìsí tí àwọn Fúlàní wọ́n pa ẹ ṣeun ẹ jẹ́ ká dúró. So 1 minute silence for those whose lives have been taken. Here we go. May their souls rest in peace. May their souls rest in peace. Okay. So thank you very much. Thank you all for those of you who took part in that. We'll be doing that again. Before I go, we're going to sing the national anthem. Yoruba national anthem. Iṣẹ́ wa fúnlẹ̀ wa, fórílẹ̀ ibi wa, ká gbéga, ká gbéga, ká gbéga fáyé rí. Ìgbàgbọ́ wa ni pé bá ti bẹ̀rù làbọ̀ mọ́, ká ṣiṣẹ́, ká ṣiṣẹ́, ká ṣiṣẹ́, ká jọlá. Ìṣọ̀kan àtòmìnira ni ẹ jẹ́ ká máa lépa. Tẹ̀síwájú fọ́pọ̀ ire àtòhún tó dára ọmọ Oòduà dìde bọ́ sípò ẹ̀tọ́ rẹ ìwọ ni ìmọ́lẹ̀ ògo adúláwọ̀. May their souls rest in peace. I want to thank you for watching. You're watching Season AY and Oduduwa TV Radio, the platform where we speak truth to power. I'll be back later on. We might be back with the others on the platform. Sorry I couldn't, if I didn't take your calls. I did try to switch it on, but sometimes it may not work. But what I want to do is continue to urge us. Now, it's taking collective action. Anybody you speak to now, ask them, are they taking action in their community right now? What action are they taking in their community right now to provide safety and security? What critical steps? It's not just talking. Are you part of the vigilante groups? Are you part of the people monitoring and watching? They don't have to give us, details on air. But I'm just saying, as long as you are part of and you are aware of what is happening in your community right now, that is what you need. That is where the power lies, within your community. Not just waiting for somebody above. You can take the action yourself. That is what we must all do. I thank you all so much. Thank you for watching. You're watching Season AY, the platform where we speak truth to power. Please don't forget to go and subscribe to Season AY on YouTube. Here's what you need to do for those of you who are on YouTube. If you haven't subscribed to Season AY on YouTube, let's just give you a little pointer of how you can do that. Go ahead, go to Season AY on YouTube, subscribe to Season AY on YouTube. Hit the red button, hit the notification button, and give us a thumbs up on YouTube. We truly appreciate you. Go ahead and do that right now. That will be of great help. Thank you so much. Now, those of you on Oduduwa TV Radio, we thank you for subscribing to us as well. Again, don't forget, on Citizen AY, we need your support. Go ahead and subscribe to us on YouTube. Yeah. No. Listen, we're not doing diplomacy. We're not doing diplomacy. We're saying protect. I'm not interested in diplomacy. Yeah. So, exactly. So what I want also to do is to please, I want to urge you all, help us by continuing to subscribe to Citizen AY on YouTube. Please hit the thumbs up. The more you share the broadcast, the more it reaches more people. And I'll be back later on. Please, thank you for watching. Thanks for being part of this broadcast. And let's continue. It's us as a community. Middle Belt, Igbos, and Yorubas. We need to work together in unity to achieve our common goal. Self-determination for Biafrans, Middle Belt, and Oduduwa people. We will achieve it together. Thank you for watching. You're watching Season AY, the platform where we speak truth to power in conjunction with Oduduwa TV Radio. And thank you all. Thank you and goodbye. Bye for now. So I'm going to end the broadcast. I thank you so much for watching. Thank you for being part of this broadcast. I appreciate you joining us, and I will be bringing more updates later on. Thank you and goodbye. Odigba kono esheun mo dupe lowo yin fun àsìkò fún wa atuma padà wá esheun. Benny, they plan evil thing. Benny. So we have to flush them out of those. We need to flush them out of those government buildings, and they deliberately left there. One of the generals said that anyway, there's things that we need to do, and we can do that in our community. Our community spirit has to come back stronger than ever. Thank you very much. Bye for now. Bye. Okay. So those of you on Facebook, I want to thank you all for watching. You're watching Season AY, the platform where we speak truth to power. Don't forget, subscribe to Season AY on YouTube. Hit the notification button. Give us a thumbs up. You're watching Season AY, the platform where we speak truth to power in conjunction with Oduduwa TV Radio. Thank you and goodbye. Bye for now. Okay. Esheun goni. So moki boboleo moki ile kosi. Esheun. I want to thank you all. So let me just see if I've got the last one. So once again, if you're watching us on Citizen AY on YouTube, please go ahead. Tell your friends about this. Subscribe to Citizen AY. Hit the notification button. Give us a thumbs up. We really need your support in this. The killings is horrifying, but we can take action. We need to empower people to know that they can free themselves. This is going to start. Our revival will start within our local communities on the ground. Our revival as communities, as Biafrans, as Middle Beltans, as Oduduwa people, it starts in our community on ground. Waking them up, The more we harmonize our community to work together to defend themselves, then others can then get them more support, more than they can ever dream of. But we need to start in our community. Our community is where we'll take back our strength, our self-determination. It starts in our community. Let's empower them. Let's encourage them to stick together and protect themselves within that community. It is a must. That is the battleground right now. Thank you very much for watching. You're watching Citizen AY, the platform where we speak truth to power. Once again, before I go, subscribe to Citizen AY on YouTube. Hit the notification button. Finally, give us a thumbs up. I appreciate you all. Thank you and goodbye. Bye for now.